especially today, everyone's in for the next one because I guess next one's like a rat girl, I guess, but she does a lot like little swords.
Does she nibble on you?
Well, the internet.
The fan art, she will.
The internet. You know,
they're working on it right now.
That's the problem. Like, it was sometimes with like all
the problem. You mean the solution?
All the Whole-verse game, like when there's like a certain character comes out, people, I guess, like thirsty or
let the artist cook.
But that's not even how. Okay, like I guess
canon's the only canon that matters. What's up, people? Welcome to Taco Otaku, where we have the hottest takes in anime and video games. I am your host this evening, or morning, or afternoon, wherever time you're listening is. But it's me, Sourdough Shonen, aka just good old-fashioned Ray. I'm here today to introduce to you our full panel of judges for this hot new anime season. That's right, today is our summer preview episode, where we're going to cover 9 different shows from the new, current, hot, freshest season of anime that's happening live right now. And of course, if this is the first time you listen to us, so we have our 9 shows. Each of our 3 other hosts that we're going to be joining us in a second have 3 shows, and out of those 3 shows, one of them they'll get a pick, and we'll do a full review towards the end of summer season, which I believe will be October, late September, early October, I believe.
Usually like October 5th or something.
Something like that. So mark it on your calendars for that.
I already did.
Well, that mysterious voice you just heard spoken out of the Ethernet is, of course, Miles, who just can't wait for his turn to just jump on the mic.
Well, it sounded like you invited me to talk.
So I technically never. You just showed up, the microphone was on, and then you sat down.
I heard.
I don't remember ever saying, "Hey, brother, would you like to do the podcast?"
I heard Ray's like, you know, what'd be cool right now if my brother shows up right at this moment. That's what I figured.
So it must be. Oh, that's an interesting. I have more questions for you, Alternative Dimension, Miles. But before I talk to this doppelganger brother of mine, I'll introduce our usual third chair, Frank. How's it going, Frank?
Hi.
Are you ready? Are you fresh?
I'm thinking about how it's going. It's pretty hot.
It is hot. It is
not hot as it takes. We're gonna say in a little bit.
It's gonna be a close race.
No, I have a headache today. So,
oh, I see.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna make me better or worse.
I guess so. Stay tuned, listeners. Leave your comments down below. Let us know. Frank better or worse than average?
Yeah, put like a little asterisk. Frank has a headache right now.
Yeah, we'll see if it gets better or worse as the podcast progresses. I can't even talk anymore. Too busy trying not to laugh constantly. So stay tuned for that. And of course, our last but not least, our Ivan, our fourth chair. Hello, Ivan. How are we?
Hello.
Hello, indeed. How are you doing good, sir? You feeling hot? You feeling the heat?
It was hot today.
It was hot today, indeed.
I like number 4 better.
Number 4, you want to be the 4th introduction?
Yeah, player 4 is.
Player 4, where you want that the corner screen, Frank?
Yeah, the purple link.
The purple link. I see. The was it 4 swords? I see.
Yeah.
You got your GBA cable out ready for you, Frank? Got to link up with all 4 copies and 4 things.
I wonder if I still have that. I don't know.
Oh, I bet you we still have.
I have maybe 2 of them. I don't have 4. I don't have a whole first set of 4. I don't think, because also it's like that in the Pac-Man versus.
Yeah.
All the good old games.
Suddenly I feel like playing GBA games like Minish Cap.
Metroid?
Metroid, Fusion,
Zero Mission. Some good stuff. Good old-fashioned Fire Emblem. Yeah. All right, so now that we're talking about apparently GBA and GameCube games aside, I guess we should jump into
no more time for this podcast.
Normally do. So soon we'll jump into our previews of summertime. But first, we'll catch up with everyone and see how everyone is doing and see what they've been watching and playing. And I'm going to do a podcast first, steal the mic and go first. I think it's the first time I've ever done that. Let's find out.
We'll check the tapes later.
Yeah, we'll have to go back. But today I want to share with everyone, hey, Deadpool Wolverine, pretty good. Pretty good.
You argue it might save what's left of Marvel, you would say.
So I did see it in Miles. I don't know if Frank or Ivan has shaken his head no.
I've been wanting to watch it, but I haven't watched part 2, so I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go.
You could probably skip it and get to it if you wanted to, Frank. But of course, if you have the Disney Plus channel, you could watch it right there.
Yeah.
So there's some food for thought. But I guess I will save spoilers then in that case. But the quick version of selling it is, it's been a long time since we've been to the theater. It's fucking $25 to see a goddamn movie. It's expensive, by the way. Let me tell you that. But yeah, it's a very good movie for those who anticipation for, I guess, Deadpool. It's been a while since the second movie came out. We got Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine, and he does what he does best.
And Disney,
what he does is
and
very
Disney
violent.
approved this movie, which is the more hilarious part than the whole time.
Yes, it's the first time it's a Disney Marvel rated R film, and they didn't hold back. They let Ryan Reynolds do what he wanted to do, and it is a full.
It made a lot of money.
Made a lot of money, got a lot of guts or blood and guts, a lot of cursing, a lot of innuendos. So maybe keep the kiddies at home for this one. Be my recommendation for that. But if you kind of like more of that sarcastic, fourth breaking wall stuff that is the Deadpool character in the movies that we know it. They did a very good job on playing homage to, what they built up with the Fox movies and now this one. And a lot of cameos. I will say there's a good amount of cameos for those who liked, was the Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness.
The semi-multiverse of madness.
Indeed. There's a little bit of that going on in this movie as well. So you want to keep on your toes and see who might show up and who will not show up. It's fun to see. And but yeah, it has a lot of fun and self-referential humor. The action sequences is pretty good. And just like I said, there's a particular scene probably middle of the movie where it's interesting to see when these characters are pretty much invincible freakazoids. How would that work out if these two fought each other? And the answer is crazy and fun and wacky. But yeah, that's a very good movie, and I highly recommend checking out people who, especially if they've been out of the Marvel game for a little bit. It's pretty darn good. I don't know, Miles, you got anything you want to add in that one?
Nothing that could probably end up just spoilers. Probably just that I'm surprised that Disney let them get a lot of self. Like even they did a couple of jokes in there. Like wow, they let them do that. Wow.
It is, yeah. It is a little surprising. Definitely a good surprise, and worth the $25 for admission. So I was happy with that.
Is it more gory than Suicide Squad?
Wait, which one?
That's also a good question.
The
second one or the first one?
The real one?
The gory one. The one with the shark.
Yeah, that's the second one. I'm trying to
James,
my brains.
Not
the James Gunn version.
Yeah, not
the Will Smith one.
Yeah,
no Will Smith. I would say technically it probably is, but I guess when you're dealing with superheroes, quotation marks, who can't die, they're gonna try their best though to kill him. So like I said, don't bring this isn't it's a PG-13, it's a slightly hard.
It's
no. Keep the kiddies at home.
The kids will be scarred for life if they watch this at this moment.
Maybe, yeah, just a little too. Don't bring the kiddies home. But yes, still overall good if you kind of want more of that kind of darker sense of humor.
It's funny because my kid is like, "Oh, Deadpool 3."
There you go. Come on, Daddy, let's go.
My coworker took her son.
Of course.
She was like, "Oh, that was a big mistake."
Well, at least they realized at the end, like, man, I shouldn't.
He's like 5 or 7.
And that's why you got to subscribe to Taco Otaku. We let people know what's safe for the kiddies out there. We covered.
Oh, he's probably scarred for.
We covered the other. There. We got the Inside Out and the Despicable Me's last time, and now let's see, we're covering all the movies made for kids. That's what we do around here.
Oh yes, definitely great for kids.
I know they took us to see a scary movie. We were like 14 or something like that.
Well, that's more like a silly thing, wasn't it?
But they're pretty.
Is it? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Is it okay, man?
They're pretty bad.
I think there's a part where there's like a glory hole. Or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That that aspect. Less violence, more other things. Let's say.
Yeah.
Okay. I do remember this now. But yes, that's my movie recommendation this week. And then the other thing I have on this week is another thing that me and Miles watched together, and first time we're bringing it up on the podcast, but we're catching up on our anime.
World's premiere.
Yeah, from other seasons. We've only maybe 8 episodes and something like that, maybe, Miles, of another, Disney property, or at least locked in Disney jail. And which is Summertime Rendering, which I don't know if Frank or Ivan is familiar.
I know about it.
Okay, he knows about it. Frank?
No.
Nope, he does not know.
He doesn't.
That was
know.
One of the big animes like a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, it was one of the big things. It was one of the ones, as Miles pointed out, it was in Disney jail.
It was so big they decided not to release until the last moment, and they decided wait to the end of the season, and now we'll show you all that's the problem when you're in Disney jail. Good luck seeing that until the series finishes.
Yeah, very old school, I guess, especially if you're used to like Crunchyroll schedules. But yes, I guess the quick sell of this show. Have you seen ReZero, Frank?
No.
Yeah, seen from Real Zero.
Sorry.
Okay, well, that was almost for the easy pitch. For those who have seen it, the quick way to sell the show, it's When They Cry, or Higurashi, if you want the Japanese title, meets ReZero. And the premise of this show is, I forget the main protagonist, but he's pretty much main Japanese black hair protagonist if you've ever seen in your life.
He's a Kirito.
Yeah, who's voiced by Tanjiro, which is funny in Japanese.
That is funny. That is very funny. Tanjiro.
So once I heard it, I couldn't stop but thinking, oh, you know, Water Style 7, here we go. But anyway, he comes home. I guess he grew up on a small island in the middle of Japan, and he's coming back home because his sister suddenly died from an accident. And so he's there for the funeral. And it's all a mystery. You're just kind of finding out how things are happening. And you know, because they don't tell you anything like what's the sister relationship, what's the relationship between him and the sister, the father, everyone on the island, this, that. It's all a big mystery you're finding out for the first time. And so as the funeral, you know, happens, and, you know, it's kind of sad, he reflects a little bit, like, oh, where have I been? What's going on? And then something happens, and I'm trying to remember what the big surprise twist is. If I'm not mistaken, I think, oh, right, he gets killed by his other sister with a gun, like a few days after the funeral.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more to it, but I don't want to give too many spoilers away. And it turns out the kicker, pretty much in, I think in episode 2, they explain a little bit better, like, oh, there are these evil supernatural doppelganger shadow creatures that, you know, kind of steals the looks of people on the island and can retain their memories, and not, it's like, maybe like they're aliens, but they don't say they're aliens, but maybe they're aliens.
It's kind of like Invasion of Body Snatchers. That's like the best way to
Yeah,
describe it.
that's another good movie reference for those who are familiar with that one. But the trick is so he does die, but the ReZero, for those who are familiar with ReZero, is he comes back alive. He's stuck in a time loop, if you will, and he has to figure out what's going on here and who's real, who's fake, and what's going on, because, you know, as much as the protagonist knows, which is pretty much nothing, and they're trying to figure out what's going on, who's behind this, why it's behind this, and all these other things. So it's a big mystery what's going on, and makes you want to keep watching and see the mystery unravel, and more craziness and shenanigans. Just when you thought you know what the show is going to be about, twist and turns. So it's a big thriller roller coaster ride that so far I am enjoying. I am concerned with a lot of twists, a lot of loop-de-loos, and I'm concerned that people are going to get sick before the ride's over. Maybe
Yeah, a lot of twists, turns, a lot, like, you have to keep a lot of things in your head to know how the system works, and then they throw another loop, and then it's like, okay, what does that affect how we know now? Okay, this affects that, and then it's a lot. If you're not paying attention, you can get lost really quick. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, especially the little details, because one minute it'll be the real sister or the real neighbor or something, but then, oh, it's the doppelganger. And there's signs to know which one's which, but you really have to be paying attention. So I do like that the show really asks, like, its audience to, like, really, you can't pay attention. You can't be, you know, bringing out the Nintendo Switch while watching the show. You're going to be very fucking confused. Dang. I'm sorry, Frank. I'm sorry. So,
no Hades?
No Hades. No Hades.
No.
I'm sorry, Frank.
You have to pay attention, because, you know, there's some moments that, like, if you know the clues about who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, then you like, oh, okay, so this is what happened here, and it's a lot of, I guess, kind of like almost Attack on Titan kind of bit, like a lot of reveals, no, they're not as good,
like a mystery, like the mystery that Attack on Titan starts with, and it expands, and that's what this show does. Where just once you solve one little mystery, there's a bigger and bigger and bigger mystery. It's a big bow tie to unravel. But so far, enjoying it. Like I said, small concern, but I can see the hype, and I guess if you're Disney Plus, right? Or it's also on Hulu too. Well, wait, that's the weird thing. If you want the English dub, I think it's only on Disney, or I definitely know this. If you want, there's the Japanese track is not on the Disney Plus, but it's on Hulu.
Right.
So if you're a purist like that, you want to get the Hulu. But if you're a dub person, you got Disney Plus. Well, there you go. You can check out Summertime Rendering.
I do like the fact that Disney, like when we said before, Disney has anime stuff. So here's Mickey Mouse and here's Naruto. What?
Yeah, they do a very terrible job of promoting their catalog, especially now that they used to put everything on Hulu, but now it's on Disney Plus, and now it's like an anime channel on Disney Plus.
Well, as I mentioned before, because the thing is, they're eventually converting everything from Disney Plus or from Hulu to Disney Plus, because that's technically the better format per se.
Well, yeah, but it's a shit show at the moment.
It's a mess.
But yes, if you do have one of those, check it out. And that is pretty much my week, since I've been mostly behind on podcasts and internet things. But I will say this, though, by the time this comes out, you already know it. I will be streaming on Twitch TV this week and the next week. I'll be taking a look at, maybe I'll get Frank's attention, Persona 3 Reloaded.
Ooh.
So it's been sitting there in the box a long time. I bought it on day one, but finally cracking it open just in time for the summer season and the DLC.
It's right next to the Arc.
You usually stream at night, right?
Yeah, I do stream at night. That'll be on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday at 7, 9 o'clock West Coast time. So if you're interested,
Get hype.
I'll be playing that for the next week or two, and maybe we'll see how long. Maybe I might go a little bit longer. It is a 100-hour game, most likely. So I'm kind of loving hitting my choices.
The
but
question is, guys, can Ray let go of the numbers? That's a real question to ask.
it could be higher, though. It's only 98. It could be 99. Real questions we got to ask ourselves here. So yeah, we'll see. And we'll see which waifu is the best waifu this time around. I don't remember. Probably it picked. What's the red hair? Mitsu something?
Mitsuru?
Mitsuru. There you go. That's probably who I picked. But yes, let me know down below. Who's your favorite waifu in Persona 3? Quite the choices. But yeah, so I'm playing that. So quick shelling there. So if you're curious to check out that Twitch TV.
Junpei's not a choice. Who put this here?
And the Persona, he is though. If you have Persona 3 Portable and the female option.
But now, because they're cowards, that's why.
I still haven't played the female version. I'm curious to hear because I hear there's interesting difference, which they didn't do in this remake. Boo. But still looking forward to that. So check that out. Link described in this podcast description below if you don't have to type it in the URL. Thank God for that.
Can't wait for that get re-released yet again. Oh, look, here's the female version of the...
More DLC. Oh, that's another 50. Yeah, another year from now they're going to charge you a full price again.
And you're like...
Pretty much. Gotta love game companies. All right, with that, I end my week. And I will turn to Ivan. I'm picking Ivan. What you got this week, Ivan?
Okay, so the manga of My Hero Academia finished.
Okay.
I was holding it.
Withhold it.
Trash.
I mean, at this point, it's not gonna get bet. Like, how much percentage would have thought you would like? Oh, this is good.
It all makes sense.
Like zero, lesser than fucking the guy from Kaiju number 8's power suit level in the beginning.
You get hopeful.
Why and how for you? You haven't said anything. I'm like the only hopeful poor bastard for My Hero. You've just been shitting on it, and yet somehow you had hope.
You're like the crappy NBA teams that started the season like, yeah, maybe we'll win.
No, you guys don't see it. Halfway after the halfway mark, we're getting it good.
I was talking with Frank a little bit, and I don't even know how to explain how something can get so bad. You know, for the point where because I think there's like one more chapter. I haven't read the final, but the one.
This one will blow your mind though. That one, that's the good one, Ivan. He actually thought about it. I saw the look he saw, the hope in his eyes for a sec. Oh wait, he's playing. Oh damn it!
It's just everything that the show promised you it was gonna do, it didn't do. You know, you think of episode 1, and he says, you know, I promised I'm gonna. Oh, this is a story how I become the greatest hero. It never. It's just a stupid show.
Lies.
It's so disappointing. And I mean, obviously I can't get into spoilers, but they try to do like this emotional scene, very typical My Hero, you know, people are crying and stuff. But at this point, I'm just like, why? Like, I feel nothing towards
You're
this.
dead to me.
No one can change my mind. This is one of those shows where I'm very disappointed. Like, it's just, how could something that I really enjoyed so much get so bad?
What was the last time you enjoyed My Hero?
Chapter 1.
Probably
2.
The first time that it kind of started bothering me was like season 4, where like the little girl.
Oh right, the little girl.
And because
Ivan hates women, he hates little girls. We know this is the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah, I've said this many times.
That he hates little girls.
Yeah, apparently.
Because you know how this is what I was telling Frank. I'll put Dragon Ball Z an example. They're fighting. But there's a fight within a fight. So, like, let's say when it was, like, Vegeta and Goku, the first time they fight. It wasn't just, like, I'm a bad guy, and I just want to destroy. You know, it was, like, I'm the Prince of Saiyans, you're a lower class than me. There's, like, all these additional storylines happening. My Hero, it really, to its core, is, like, we're heroes, you're bad guys, that's why we need to defeat you. And I feel like there isn't anything more than that. I think he tried to make it more than that, but there really wasn't. And it just didn't have a good story. You know, I think at one point in the beginning of the show, the story was more about him learning how to use One for All. Was it One for All?
Yeah, no, that's right. You're right.
One for all.
I have to think about it. Like which one sounds good, which one's bad.
So, and that was what kind of made it interesting. Oh, like how he can control it. You know how that was what him overcoming.
Right, his training.
But then when it really got more into like the bad guys, there just was no story. I can't. I don't know. It's very disappointing. I never felt like this with Naruto. Like even when you had all the twists at the end. Like,
come on, zombie ninjas.
Yeah. I don't think I ever got to this point where I'm like looking at it. I'm like I hate this, you know. And
it keeps on reading.
Yeah. No, but
it's a hate watch.
Boy, it's one of those because you're already used to the routine.
I do know that. I do know that.
So,
but Bleach is really good, guys.
Hey, apparently it is now. Like a psychopath, I'm trying to convince myself. Now it's going to be great, despite I know it's not that good.
So you start at the beginning, see, and then you escalate.
Let nostalgia take over.
Yeah. All right, but that's it. I mean, there's no more else to say. It's bad.
Nostalgia. I don't think Ivan's gonna
take the wheel.
He's still debating about the spin-off, though. He's still thinking about the spin-off.
I think I did hear that.
Deku? I don't know. I'm trying to think what's Boruto meets Deku.
Moving on. Nagatoro also ended.
That's still happening?
Yeah, that one ended.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will say this. It still was one of, you know how you have like your top 10 and all that. I will put that one as like one of my favorite like personal ones.
Interesting.
But I will say that I felt the ending was safe.
Wow.
Yeah. It didn't like the last 10 chapters or whatever. At some point it just felt like he just wanted to wrap it up. Like,
right.
It's just like I'm just trying to like wrap it up. So it wasn't bad, but it just wasn't like
safe.
It was just safe. And I think what a lot of people overall seemed to enjoy about it was the progress of the main character. How he started from the beginning, you know, to they call him like
it only took 500 chapters for finally man up just a little bit.
No, not even. That's what kind of makes
300.
it cool. I think the one I kind of compared it a little bit to the
was it Komi-san?
The Dangers of My Heart.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like there's a lot of like insecurities, you know, like, you know, about being, you know, kind of like accepting
weird,
yourself, like learning to like love yourself. So it has a lot of those themes. Like the only thing I would say that kind of I didn't like about like Nagatoro was that I felt like at one point I felt like he should have done certain things as writing and he didn't. And then I felt like the conclusion he came to some of the reasoning of like some of like the you know how Nagatoro in the beginning was like freaking like crazy.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
And I think that in a way he decided to kind of double down on it instead.
There you go. Ooh.
And well, not
bring out the whips.
No, not like that. But
I
just felt like my interpretation of the show was different, or like the manga was different. And then so when he kind of decided to go that route, I was like, I personally wouldn't have done that. You know, I would have. I thought he was implying something else, but I think he just felt like I don't know. It was just his decision, I guess, but it was alright. It was a safe ending. It was just neutral.
Okay. Neutral. Okay.
Not positive, not negative. It didn't make me like dislike the manga. It just
throw it away.
It just didn't boost it.
Right.
It was just like, all right.
Well, I mean,
it's always tough when it comes to like slice of life comedy romances, like because either they're going to hook up or they're not, right? There's no weird in between.
Yeah. And then once you do, then you kind of like you're waiting. Okay, you're waiting for like when is it stopping now? Or we like
or you're just we're married with kids, and it's just like, well, that's not too super satisfying either, really.
Yeah.
It's a little too cheap. So like it's always tough because it's about the journey, right?
Yeah. And
not
I guess,
so much the destination.
And I guess that what ultimately like the fans like a bit because they always call him like Chad Senpai. You know, have you ever seen like those buff?
You're right, the Chad. I get. Sadly, I know internet lingo.
So, but yeah, neutral. My hero.
Not so much.
And then the last thing,
one more.
The most exciting thing. 14, 15 years in the making.
Oh no.
The return of my goat when it comes to shoujo, right?
Oh yes, the shoujo.
Yeah. Kimi no Todoke season 3
coming back.
Banger.
It's a winner.
So you just mentioned this right now. What happens after, you know?
Right.
So to me, that's what the reason why this one always fell apart. Well, no, it was a little bit different from some of the other ones because the story goes on. And I think I told this to Frank too. It's rare to see an anime that's about like love, but friendship and family, like all of it together. And I think cheese like up 1000%. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get the cheese, but like the fact that it has like all those other elements is what makes it really nice. I am kind of disappointed though because the season this third season doesn't complete the show. And then the last final part is probably my favorite part of the whole story.
Okay, so the manga is finished.
Yes, the manga's
Yeah,
finished.
it's finished, but then it came back again. There's two different things.
Oh, they made. Oh, God.
Which I actually didn't like that much.
Classic writers. Oh, let's see. Are doing a new property or go back to the well? I do like swimming.
Yeah,
So
'cause-
basically, the way I would describe it is that the manga, you know, is very center focused on obviously our two leads,
Mm-hmm.
and then when the season started, well, this like second part of the manga, they're still like the main focus, but they really start putting more importance on all the other characters. And then by the last season, I think it's like wrapping up everyone's storyline. So and it's like, you know, I know you've seen a little bit of it, but it has like, you know, her friends, you know, like
Good supporting cast for
yeah,
once.
mhm. So which sucks because I thought they animated the whole thing, you know. Well, I guess I didn't realize how long it was, you know, the manga, but it's only gonna get like, because the manga's like what, like 110 chapters, 120. So,
yeah, but because the chapters are pretty long, that's the
Yeah.
other thing. Because
Oh.
it's not your traditional, like, you know, page ones that can take. Some chapters are small, some are not. It kind
Longer.
of ebbs and flows,
They're
kind
just
of.
longer.
so I think they only get like maybe another full season, and they can wrap up the show
I was gonna
if they
say-
decide to like bring
Yeah, I
it
was going to
back.
ask how much percentage-wise is left.
Guys, I think the last time I checked, I think I was. Well, I know I bought all of it, but I only read up to the point where they went to when they were going to head to university, and that was like the last.
University and anime? Did they all just die?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what's cool about it. It kind of goes on into
It's impossible.
yeah. That's why like the last half of it, it's more of a coming of age. You know.
Yeah,
So-
it does. Yeah, once they establish a relationship, then we more towards more like how she deal with the relationship and all the things she's going on in
Yeah.
life and what she wants to do with her life.
Well,
And-
everyone knows once they kiss and hold hands at the end of my 24 episodes of my anime show, that's it. That's
Yeah.
that they're in love
they
forever.
walk to the sunset. And that's it.
That's
We're
all you
done.
need to know.
So that's what I really like about it. But you know how we say, would you recommend? Would you not recommend?
Uh-huh.
I think in that genre
Mhm.
is one of the best. But you have to like.
You
know-
have to like that genre.
Yeah, you know, if you're gonna, it's like if you're watching a K drama, you're watching a K drama.
Right. You know what you're getting.
Like I like K dramas, but some people were like, I just can't with
Right.
with this. So that's the way. But I still think it's one of the best in that genre. But yeah, that's my week.
All right. Well, that's quite the busy week for Ivan, it sounds like. So now it's time for Miles. Miles, it is your turn,
Uh-huh.
my friend. What do you have for us this
I know
week?
we're waiting for this moment yet again.
And how big do we open that wallet for our waifus, Miles?
So welcome to
Did you buy enough stocks to cover your bets?
No, but I guess I probably should. Anyway,
You might have to for after all your favorite waifus. But go ahead, Miles. What's on the on the docket this week?
All right. So of course, like last time, I'm playing the ZZZ Zenless Zone Zero, the newest Hoyoverse game. So I finished most of the story, or I finished the story up to now until the next update, which is in 2 weeks. So I guess now I'm just doing a lot of like, you know, just your dailies and you're trying to get your I guess they're called polychromes. That's what they're called. They're, you know, currency to buy
your waifus.
to buy, you know, pulls, I guess, and then, you know, to pull and that. I looked at it, it was just funny. Actually, first time actually in the game, when I pulled, actually did got the special character.
5-star?
Well, in this game, it's all like S rank, S, A, like no normal, like A, B, A, and S, I guess. Not again in a Star Rail, you know, they have stars and things like that. But you know, in this game,
Spice it up.
they really simplify it, I guess, because there's only you make things a lot easier for people to. It's less complicated than Star Rail or even Genshin's and work. Genshin's all over the place.
Wow.
But it's very simple. You want the S rank. You don't want to get a B rank.
That makes sense.
Or for like me, you're content with the A rank if you get an A rank. No, that's pretty not that bad. I guess I do like I guess kind of like the daily run, I guess, or weekly run.
Your dailies.
Yeah. So, you know, just go and get coffee. You go talk to the doggy. You scratch your ticket. You open the video game store, and then you just.
That's how they get you.
I'm sorry, the video store, and then you move on, and then you kind of just.
It's like the Animal Crossings. You just come and check the town, get the new shops, get the new shirt, and sell some money, and then come back tomorrow and do it again.
Yeah, so basically, you know, even more so, like, because I've been slowly trying to playing less of it because, you know, I already finished most of the content anyway. So
Less?
I didn't know. Like, nah, that's like.
I have evidence to support the other ones, but I'll let it go.
Sorry. So it said 2 hours, said 3 hours. My bad.
There you go. By minutes, seconds even.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of curious what the story's gonna go on in the next one because they usually these games because all of them are like every 2 weeks, so there's a new patch for that whatever
new content.
Yeah, go like, and so they usually like today they teased out the next one, the 1.1 I guess version, new characters.
Cat ears?
Actually this time I think it's a rat. Rat ears.
What?
Well, because in this
goddamn fruits basket out here.
In this game, there are a lot animal therans. That's what they call them. There are people that have like animal characteristics.
So Togashi's people.
Yeah. So like the one everyone I haven't gotten yet, but the one everyone's excited for is Predator Wolfman.
There you go.
Everyone likes the Wolfman because he's kind of like a butler. He's a butler.
Of course he is.
But he does a lot of kicks. He's a
Sanji.
He's a kicking fiend. Yeah, and he also has like reminds me of like My Hero the class president. His ability or his
class president. Who's the president of the goddamn?
The guy with the glasses. I can't remember.
Oh right. In Gemini. What's it? In Gemini.
In Gemini. No,
something.
He does. Well, he has like he has a lot of boosters in his legs, so he does a lot of power kicks with that.
Oh, I see. Gotta go fast.
So that's.
I don't know why that was funny.
Classic. I was always like Sonic classic meme. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ray, for that. Oh,
it's
classic
funny.
Sonic bit.
He just said my hero. I'm like, oh.
Bring back with Sonic.
Yeah, but right now I guess new character for the second half because every 6 weeks 4 weeks like another character you can pull, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So one is a police officer this time around.
Ooh.
She's fun. She does a lot of I guess I'm gonna say she reminds me of like Dante in a way, like from Devil May Cry.
Red coat?
No, because she kind of like just like does like that. Like she does a lot of style combos, I guess. If you pull out the moves correctly, like the enemies won't see it coming because she just kind of goes in, goes fast, goes in, goes. She does a lot of damage like inside and kind of does a lot of, and she has like a whole what do you call it? Centurions. So she has like a gun that she put together.
Motherfucker, no one knows what you're talking about.
Oh come on, no Centurions talking here. No one. So back in the 80s.
Hit the social medias on Taco Otaku to tell Miles what an old fuck he is right now, bringing up Centurions on the podcast.
What is that?
No, there's no time. We're not doing it.
Are you sure?
We're not doing it.
Basically, it's like Iron Man before Iron Man. That's basically the gist of it.
After Iron Man. Iron Man's old as shit.
Okay, after Iron Man. It was a cool
discount Iron Man. Moving on.
But yeah, so that I guess she's in right now. But I guess everyone, especially today, everyone's in for the next one because I guess the next one's like a rat girl, I guess. But she does a lot like little swords.
Does she nibble on you?
Well, the internet.
The fan art, she will.
The internet.
They're working on it right now.
That's the problem. Like it was sometimes with like
the problem. You mean the solution?
All the whole first game, like when there's like a certain character comes out, people I guess like what thirsty or
let the artist cook. Let them cook.
And they like, oh, wow, you really enjoy this character.
Everyone has a favorite, and it's pretty obvious which is some people's. Let's say that.
And but it's like, but that's not even how. Okay, all right, let him. I guess
headcanon's the only canon that matters.
It's like I've seen a lot of stuff out there, and like, wow, it's kind of incredible in a certain point of view.
And he said that, and then clicked the follow button right afterwards.
I did not.
Automatic, not your personal account, of course.
With the safe folder.
There you go. Later.
Yeah. So that's been pretty much. Like, I slowly tried to do other things. I did start in Mail and Battle Network 2.
Oh, did you finish the first one?
Yeah, I finished the first one a while ago, but the problem with the first one, it's kind of hard. I had to use because there's in that series of the Switch games or whatnot. The collection they have a Mega Man Buster max mode.
Oh, they let you just blast through the game.
And you need to do it on one because it's kind of a pain to play one. But two, they changed it. Actually, they actually did it. They add like more regular chips in. They add like you don't have to like get rid of chips just to get other chips in.
Oh, yeah.
That was stupid. And I said, and you could, especially with the Mega Max Buster on, it could go through that game really, really fast. Though you can't. It's very hard to still get rare chips still. It's because they're not beat
that's
them.
why they're rare.
But I guess like even like since like, the object games, if you defeat the enemies fast, you get better ranks.
You have better percentage.
But like, I still got none of the cool chips. Yeah, the game is. If it's still probably the best when you want to probably start. You could.
It was my favorite back in the day.
And it's popping off. It's things are cooking there. A lot of nice quality of life updates. Even from Mega Man number 1.
True.
Still hoping for Star Force to come out sometime to finish the set.
You poor bastard.
But yeah, hey, they finished with Ace Attorney, so I got hope.
Good luck with that, Miles. Good luck with that. Hopefully better than your recent pulls in your ZZZ or whatever it's called.
I got a good pull actually. My rate's actually gone up according to the internet.
There you go.
All right, and I guess that concludes my week.
All right, and with that, we move on to Frank. Frank, what do you have for us this week?
I want to say this earlier, but when Ivan was describing my hero, I just felt like he was like in an AA meeting and describing how his life went the wrong way. A toxic girlfriend or something.
Here.
This is what the show did to me. Turned me to a monster.
Everything was good in the beginning.
And then it all went downhill.
Drinking got to me.
I wish I can say some of the things that bother me, but obviously I can't say spoilers, so.
Unfortunately, we'll eventually get there because we're done.
Maybe, probably, we'll see.
Because we're stupid.
Maybe the anime.
If there's enough beer in the house, then yes.
I got to know.
Maybe the anime does it better. I don't know.
You always hope they're gonna make changes for the anime adaptations. They have more time, but they never do.
Well, except Demon Slayer. They actually did.
Well, that's true. That you're right, Miles.
They actually did stretch
this current season.
They did somehow stretch out in the episodes, but they did enough. It's like, it's
better than the manga. Because the manga is like.
But how would you fix it when
the whole main concept is down the tubes, and that's a tough one.
Well, the problem when the mangaka's Willie's like, I don't want to.
I just want to go home.
He see Oda. He does. I don't want to be Oda.
I don't want to be Oda. I'm getting irritated.
All right, my week then.
I was gonna say back to Frank. I'm gonna help us all out here. Back to Frank.
I always want to try ZZZ, but then I'm like, I don't know. All right, so
you get a lot of pulls. 180 free pulls.
I hear there's a butler.
I don't know. I'm looking for a mobile game to play. Just something. I don't know. I can't
Solo leveling. There's a new one.
Oh yeah, there's
a soul leveling game.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know, but
maybe this one will be good. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I've been playing Hades still.
Still down the Hades tube.
I'm trying to get the higher rankings.
You picked up where I left off, apparently, Frank.
I just can't find what else to play, so that's what I've been playing.
Comfort blanket.
That's like the autopilot. I can watch TV and play that. As far as watching stuff, started a little bit of Prison Break. I watched the Monk movie. I don't know if you've
Prison Break. How many times have you seen Prison Break?
About 3 times.
I feel like it's got to be more than that at this point. I feel like every other week you're bringing up somehow Prison Break or Monk or Side.
Maybe Monk that went through Prison Break.
I've been wanting to watch Prison Break, but it wasn't available.
Okay. How do you not have like the DVD Blu-ray sets at this point? It'd be cheaper, I think, at this point, Frank.
Is there a Blu-ray set? That's a real question.
I'm sure there is.
I also want to watch 24. Anyways,
I do have that if you want. I do have that if you're interested.
What else?
Just don't watch season 8.
Yeah, don't.
Speaking of My Hero, don't watch season 8.
Yeah.
And Dexter, because they're coming out with
yeah. I still haven't seen the new season. The last season. Now you told me that, and I need to suck it up and
can't wait for the
Showtime.
That was another one like My Hero, right? It just kind of like
it just fell off a cliff. Dexter fell off a cliff right next to My Hero. I saw Dexter looking at Deku, and let's go. All right, whee!
But I feel like they fixed it season 9.
Okay.
He does say that, which I'm curious, because that's gonna be a hell of a redemption arc.
And then season 10, that's when it really goes.
That's when it really takes off again.
That's when it gets good.
Yeah, fuck me. One Piece fan, can you tell Frank's a One Piece fan?
It gets good at episode 200.
After 1001, oh man, let me tell you.
So yeah, basically I just watching the homework and and One Piece. I've been watching, trying to catch up with One Piece.
Still catching up.
And
is it better? Because last time you were a little disappointed, Frank. Is it gotten better, worse, the same?
I've been thinking a lot about One Piece lately, and because I read the manga. And I enjoy it a lot in the manga, but I've been watching the anime and I'm like, something's off, and I feel like I finally figured it out.
What is it, Frank? I must know.
I feel like the stakes are gone. I feel like there's.
Is it just chicken? Sorry, I could help myself.
It's chicken. There's the vegetables.
That's still not too bad. Steak is better.
It's just I feel like at no point that they're gonna lose. And I'm
that's
like,
a tough one in shonen.
And I feel like Oda kind of
knows it.
I want to try to say it in a nice way, but he lost his balls.
I like in the nicest possible. He has no huevos.
There you go. It's the nicest.
No cojones.
Well, isn't that kind of how Super felt too?
Super just, I don't know. Super just felt like it was half baked. I feel like would be the more better comparison.
Because
I feel like
there are moments where I feel people should die, and they
just-
don't die.
oh,
Just
they just
die.
get
You're
that.
not even the main character. You're
Right.
like below Hector. So
So, speaking of references no one gets, only me and Frank get fucking poor Hector under the bus again. 2 times in a row, back to back.
so it's
He's fine. He's just fine. All right.
I get it if the main cast doesn't die, but
Right.
at least like give me a scar,
Right.
give me something like.
Something to represent.
And then also, maybe I don't know if it's an animation problem, but I feel like there's no explanation for things a lot of times.
Oh.
So like, how are you alive? Or like, how did you block
just
that?
jumping.
It's just a bunch of power.
It does feel like it's been a while since I've run the One Piece, but towards the newer stuff I left, I felt like a couple of things were like, how did that happen? I would have liked to know. No, I guess it just happened.
And it just feels like it's kind of like they're going through the motions. It's kind of like Luffy does a lot of punching, and
Right.
and it's just like
Rinse, repeat, do it again.
I feel no tension a lot of times. So
I can see that. Sadly.
but I don't know if that's the anime thing only, or because when I'm reading it in the manga, it feels like really exciting. So I'm
Just the pacing maybe is too slow, and thus you don't feel like you forget about the stakes maybe.
Well, that's what's interesting about manga because the one I think about manga is randomly, but Nagatoro, because when I read it and I saw the anime, you know how like when a chapter ends, you kind of go like, oh, like,
Right. It's a
and
nice
so
place to leave off.
and I think like sometimes the animes, they don't give you those punctuations or like those commas.
Yeah,
or,
the big
and-
send off, if you
yeah,
will.
and sometimes the anime just kind of keeps on
It just
going.
keeps going, huh?
And you lose some of the suspense, some of the tension. So maybe that's probably what's
Could
happening.
be.
Well,
Could be.
let me give you an example. So right now they're fighting an emperor, which
Okay.
is like the strongest of the strongest. And
Oh, right. The
when you
4 emperors.
yeah, when you meet him, like you're like scared that he's gonna one shot you, and
okay.
that's kind of stuff was happening.
Okay.
But now that they're fighting, and it's not even main characters, these like third tier characters. they're fighting him and they're getting hit, and I'm like, how are you not dead? If this guy's this strong,
Right.
why are you not dead? Like,
Right.
Oh,
Like-
plot armor.
That helps.
it's like Frieza hitting Krillin, and Krillin's still alive. Like
Just shake it off.
Krillin died. Like
I'm okay,
we
Goku.
need the Krillins to die. I don't want the Krillin to be alive.
Well,
It's
that's-
only a scratch.
I feel like that was my problem with My Hero too. That there was no stakes. Like
Well, that's a lot of shonen problems. They kind of
Yeah.
forget
Well,
how to do
the
the
problem is
stakes
that
and the
especially with
drama.
certain characters, like
Especially if they don't wanna
are
kill
fan
anyone.
favorites. It's like I can't kill them off, but
People are gonna hate me.
I'll just put them to the side. Like the fact it's like Rise in Naruto, but I feel maybe that's a spoiler.
Oh,
When a
towards
certain
the end.
when a certain character dies, it's like wow, that's
Yes, I feel like I need.
We need a little something like that. I can see
Yeah.
that. I can see that.
I just like I feel like these characters are not even that important.
Unless
There's
you're
like
ble-
9 of them. Come on, get rid of 5. or
unless you're
something.
Bleach, and Bleach like
Yeah.
no one dies.
Everyone's
We-
fine. They just shake it off.
Renji got lost a lot of blood, but it's okay, man. He'll come.
Fuckers get cut in half in Bleach and they shake it off.
I mean, but that's very important if you're doing shonen. Like the stakes have to be there. When
Right,
there's
exactly.
no stakes, it's pointless.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's like this is supposed to be a super dangerous mission, and like I feel like there are no casualties,
Right, there's nothing.
and I'm like, I mean it's cool animation, but I'm like, I know you're not. I know you're gonna be okay. Make me
Right.
think.
You gotta feel it. Even if deep down you think about it, you probably know they're gonna be okay. But you wanna feel like maybe this might be the time.
And I think it would do the story well if like a couple of these people just croaked.
Well, yeah, I could see, especially One Piece is a fucking epic. And there not enough people are dropping like flies overall in that series from, like I said, where I've left off at.
And
Need a couple more.
And there's like sometimes where the story is like, and this is early on, in the desert, Alabasta, where the bird kind of like kills himself
Oh yes, yes.
And then it's like, oh my god, that was crazy. He did that.
He made the sacrifice.
And then like,
Or the giants in the
like
next part afterwards.
The whole desert part ends.
Right.
So they're going to the next part, and they're like, oh, he's fine.
He's fine.
I'm like, what the damn? I was feeling things. I was, like, damn. And now he's okay. Like,
Let's just shake it off.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple of those in One Piece.
I hate that.
Yeah, where it looks like they're pretty much dead, but it's like no, they're fine in the next chapter.
Or like I think in
Oh yeah, he did do that a lot. I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Naruto, where with Might Guy, I'm like,
yeah, that's one. I don't know.
What do you need him for? You need him for Boruto? No, you're done.
We don't need Boruto at all. That's what we really need. Nothing at all.
Wait, who?
Might Guy.
Which one's that one?
Rock Lee Sensei.
Okay.
That guy.
You didn't like him?
No, I just felt like
he could die.
Well, the whole point was he opened all the 8 gates, right?
Yeah,
and so he's supposed to make the ultimate sacrifice fighting Madara, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But he was okay, right?
But yeah, he's just in a wheelchair now. But I guess he's still sometimes he walks around. I think I don't know. I fucking don't watch Boruto.
It's just I feel like it would have done the story better if he would have just like.
Yeah, because that was the whole point of the whole 8 gates and shit.
And without getting into
there's like 5 chapters left. Just let him die.
Yeah.
And
by the way, spoilers in Naruto. By the way.
Oh, without getting too much into it, I think that's one of the things I like about my Hunter x Hunter a lot.
My Hunter x Hunter.
My Hunter x Hunter. That I always felt that the world felt unsafe. Whether you like it or not, I just felt
I disagree, but we're just gonna keep moving on.
Yeah. No, I never felt that. I did think they can get hurt. That's we'll leave it like that.
And we will.
Yeah.
Back to Frank.
So yeah, just that I was analyzing One Piece too much.
It's all good. You're our One Piece resident, Frank. I expect this. I would expect nothing else from you.
But the manga is
still good.
The manga is going well.
Okay, good. Because I need to get back on. I need to get back on that horse.
The big long.
It's a big ass horse.
Elongated horse.
And he likes them big. Let me tell you, he likes them big. Bigger the better in Oda's mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ray's gonna look up like that's a big horse
That's
up
a
there.
Big fucking horse. Let me tell you. Is there anything else, Frank?
No.
You good?
That's
Okay.
good.
All right. With that, we conclude our weeks, which is now time for our summer 2024 preview. And as I said before, gentlemen, I will refresh the rules here. We're doing a little bit different, trying to keep it fresh and exciting for us and our listeners out there. So like I said, each person is not me because I'm out this season. That's why I'm hosting. Our other 3 hosts each have 3 shows. Talk about them. One of them will choose at the very end which one will be. Hopefully they don't give away, gentlemen, by the way. What certain shows we really liked and ones we didn't like, perhaps.
I'll never do that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, sometimes we kind of give away that spoiler, let's say. So if we could try to keep it a little bit more balanced, that'd be great. I'd appreciate it. My listeners would as well, I imagine. But then after everyone goes up, we'll do it around about 3 times. And then at the end, everyone will pick the loser. And then, of course, the winner. And then, of course, second place is just second place, which is not good enough. Not here on Taco Otaku. So that
second place is last place on here.
Yeah, indeed. And
Didn't we just say that when we were texting?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were talking about Blue Lock, is like if you're not first, you're last.
Oh, you're right. Yes, yeah. Fucking Blue Lock. Oh, Blue Lock. That is something apparently from our conversations I hear from Frank here. But anyway, yes, we're doing that, and I will have people. We'll try to keep it to an 8-minute round for each anime, so that way everyone's got time to do that. And I'll give everyone a visual 4-minute cue, and then I'll give a verbal 2-minute cue.
But are you guys gonna talk at the same time?
And then like
no,
out.
each person.
Yeah. We're all gonna talk at the same time.
No, I mean, like discuss it.
Yeah. There's gonna be
8-minute discussions because I think I can like say it like in a minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah. What's up to you? Yeah, it depends how you want to get into it. I guess I'm gonna be since once again I'm the host, I'm gonna be doing a little investigation, maybe pick and pry a little bit more details out of you. Let's
Ray
see
has
what
not
happens.
seen any of the shows,
and I haven't seen anything, so I am gonna be curious, and maybe I'll do a little ranking as we go. We'll see what happens.
Just put like a little bubble in your head. Ray has not seen any of the shows.
Yes, so I am curious to hear what's on everyone's, because I vaguely know what people have on their list, but like anything else, I don't know. So I'm taking in with our listeners and
stump
so
the Saturday Shonen.
It'll be
Summer 2024 edition
experience. Let's see here. Let me just pull up my little timer here. All right. And
I can go first.
We're gonna go, and I will be nice, and I will come at you. By all means, start us off, Ivan.
Okay, so the first anime I chose for the season, the first title I saw that I right away wanted to see was Oshi No Ko second season.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it picks up where it left off. Obviously.
You hope so. You'd be surprised. Sometimes some seasons like, what the fuck? Did I miss an OVA or a movie? What's going on
Or
here?
Dallas is like, I don't know what happened.
Attack on
last
Titan
season.
season 4.
Yeah, right.
So basically, season 2. Right away, my initial thoughts was the production is top. It's still really like that first episode is just beautifully animated. Like a lot, like the color schemes that they were using, it was just probably one of the best looking episodes, like just like anime episode.
Bringing the goods.
So they definitely, how like the first
episode last time where they had a whole movie and everything.
They kind of did the same thing. Like,
that's impressive to hear they could keep it up.
Yeah. So they're like, we're gonna. So I was visually like impressed. So the story is that I don't remember how the first season ended, but basically they're all gonna do a play, like
a stage play.
A stage play. So I guess it's kind of a spoiler for the first episode, but it kind of sets up the story. So it sets up the story arc of the
this season.
Season 2. So they're practicing, they're rehearsing it, and then the writer comes, the manga artist,
like I guess he's the original source material, the stage. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so she comes to see it, and it seems like everyone's like happy,
right.
And then she goes, "Oh, can we change some things?" And then they're like, "Oh, what do you want to change?" And then she says, "Everything." So
drama.
So, but it's like a really good hook, for like the setup of like season 2. So. And I mentioned it last podcast, kind of, that I'm like, oh man, now screenwriters like, so it really like dives into like the screenwriters, like how manga artists work, how they how they try to collaborate into like the creating, So I think what it's really neat is you get to see how Oshi No Ko really acknowledges everyone from their craft. Like they don't talk smack on the screenwriter. If anything, they're always like giving like how important each role is
behind the scenes.
So I think that's what's really neat about it, so far. And then like the story, it's basically, it gets a little bit more into like the traumas of our main lead, which Aqua.
Yeah.
So
Aquamarine.
So yeah, his trauma, and so like the rivalry that's going on in the play, who's good, who's not. So that's basically, it's gonna be about the play. So that's like the second
main focus.
A lot of people, when the first season ended, they were saying that this is some of their favorite arc in the whole manga of Oshi No Ko. So I already read it, so I already know, but
one of those.
But I still was like, since it's been a long time,
right. It's always fun, plus animated and everything.
It was still kind of cool, like how I mentioned, the first episode kind of gets you hooked right away. So I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be good or not, or like how it's gonna
how it's gonna, it's how it's gonna turn out, and is it gonna be worth the roller coaster?
Yeah,
price admission and all that.
But it had a strong start.
Okay. What about is the sister still in the plot line? Is she still? Because I know she seemed to play second fiddle, at least in season 1 of Oshi No Ko.
Yeah, so I don't remember exactly, but I think this arc she's almost like not involved. But she will
eventually,
but not
right now.
This season is more about like the play.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because it also, the girl where all the drama in season 1 is also involved, maybe, I think.
Akane?
Yes, the blue hair, right?
Yeah,
blue hair. Yes.
She's probably one of the center focus of.
Okay, so she's still okay. So it's a lot of her and him and everyone new, I imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like new characters that are gonna be in the play, and then all like the old characters, like they're almost everyone's involved. The only one that's not a part of this arc is probably his sister.
This poor sister.
I mean, she's there, so she's
right.
Still,
she shows up every so often. Just she has a pulse, but that's about it.
Yeah, like she'll say like little lines that her role. I don't see that because I don't remember exactly, but no, of course she's still trying to be an idol, but this arc is just not really about her.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, her arc is, I think it's like after this arc is where it gets more into her. So if you're, I guess, looking forward to her, I don't think she's gonna play a huge role in this arc.
I guess the next big question everyone probably has, that it's an Oshi No Ko fan: how good's that opening?
They're good.
They're good because everyone.
Nah.
Nah, Frank's already seen it. And he says, "Nah, I'm good."
It's not a banger.
Not a banger. All
But
right.
when you're watching 1 or 2 episodes, you kind of start like
You get into it a little bit more.
because they do the Full Metal thing, where like it jumps into the song.
Oh, I see.
They do that, and then like I do think the first one was better, but I don't skip it. So
Okay. As long as it's still in the ballpark. By the way, 2-minute warning.
Yeah, but that's if you have any questions or concerns.
But so far it sounds like, because there's a lot of hype, Oshi No Ko has a lot of hype, and we talked about it here on the podcast, so you can look at the catalog, takotaku.com, to listen to us. But overall, pretty much praise. I think I was a little bit more concerned versus other people, but overall still liked it. Even made it on my top 10 list on YouTube. Apparently I'm chilling everything right now quickly. But yeah, so I'm just, it sounds like it's meeting the hype, because that's a lot of expectations that's on all these animators and directors and composers that work behind the show, right?
Yeah,
And it sounds like it's doing
especially a show that's like it does very well the first season. Like, oh, I don't know about the second season though, because
right, can they keep that momentum going?
It'd be like a One Punch Man.
Yeah, you don't want that momentum.
I think they did a good job, like production wise. Like I might say it's even better.
Oh wow! So now we know why Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night wasn't so good, because they were too busy on Oshi No Ko. We can confirm that now. Listen to the last episode of Taco Otaku.
I did think about that.
Yeah, okay.
Because if you compare the animation from like the first episode and Jellyfish, like you can see
money's been put
all the good animes they went over work on Oshi No Ko, and everyone's leftovers like, I don't finish this stupid show. I guess I don't give a shit. No one likes this show.
It's what to pay for Oshi No Ko pretty much.
Meanwhile, me, I picked this show. Yeah, fuck Ray. Oh, thanks, Japanese animators.
They step on him like, thank you.
Ouchies. All right, I think that's all my. Anyone else? Questions for Ivan? Oshi No Ko? Last call.
No.
Last call.
Okay, sounds promising. Promising.
The intro does have them holding hands.
Brother and sister? There you go. We checked all the boxes for all the fans.
There you go.
And we got something for everyone. And excuse me as I throw up a little bit in my mouth.
It wouldn't be bad if it wasn't.
Am I right?
In there,
Am I right? It's okay. They're not really brothers and sisters. Just they are brother and sister. Well, not really, but also yes, definitely.
But not
related.
Mentally. At the end of the day,
that's so.
Because they're patient and I'm sorry. What?
They wanted. Yeah, that's even. Nope. I'm okay. Time to hit the eject button and get out of here. And I guess since Miles brought it up, I guess now Miles, it's your turn at bat, son. What do you have for us for your first pick? And don't choke. Don't ruin it. It's Oshi No Ko versus whatever slop you pick. No pressure.
How was this lead after that? I'm sorry.
Tough enough.
Okay, so the first show I guess I'll talk real quick is My Wife Has No Emotion. It's
She sounds lovely.
Yeah, so basically it's kind of like, well, if you know Chobits, it's kind of the same kind of spiel. No, poor Takuma is a guy who works way late night, like every
Japanese person.
Every silent man does every day. He'd been out in the city for like 3 years. And he said, "Man, I'm tired of being by myself." So he buys I guess kind of like a maid, like a robot maid, kind of like a Rosie the Robot. If you never Jetsons.
Wow. Well, can you pick any more older references, by the way, Miles?
No, because that's why
our demographic tends to be 20, 30-year-olds. We're really aiming for like 50, 60-year-olds. So if you keep it up, Miles, we're going to do it this episode. We're going to do it.
I'm trying to share love to everybody.
What's sad is I mentioned that show to my cousin. She's 27. And she's like, what?
The fuck are you talking about?
What? So they're not going to get it.
All right. So basically, he buys a robot maid of what Mina series, because I guess
we might fuck. We'll stay tuned.
Yes and no.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Plot thickens.
So basically, she does all the cooking prep and things like that. Kind of like when he comes home, she has a meal hit for it. No, and that's I guess he's terrible, right? One night he gets really drunk. And
horny.
Yes and no.
Oh goddamn!
I wouldn't say horny. It's more kind of like loneliness, I guess.
Okay.
And basically, he asked her to make a certain meal, and I guess when she made that meal, it's like the omi rice, classic omi rice thing.
Oh yes.
When she made it, I guess she really put like a little heart that says "I love Takumi," things like that.
And she no emotions, already lying instantly with the title.
Well, that's the thing, because she does not.
What do you call that?
She doesn't really she has no emotion. Shock.
But she drew a heart.
But she does talk kind of without showing talk.
Very robot face.
Robot face.
Straightforward.
Kind of no, I'm gonna stop dating myself. I'm gonna be quiet.
Please stop.
So basically, he gets oh, maybe she loves me. So he he kind of convinced himself, I guess that's the best way to put it, that she's basically his wife.
Well, that seems healthy.
So I said it's a coping mechanism.
Was his DS already married to someone else, and that's why he had to go for the robot?
So basically, just the story is, so he assumes that she's a robot. She's like, sure, yes, master.
Right? She doesn't give.
I don't
she doesn't know what it means.
I don't understands per se because she's a robot.
She's little Kid Goku.
And so pretty much the premise of the story is he's pretty much convinced everybody, his dad, his mom, his little sister, his friend, everyone, like, this is my wife. We're a thing. So please support our release.
So this is like a tragedy. This is what this is.
I do not know.
But isn't it like a model? Like they're unique?
They're unique in her because every Mina is different.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, like, you bump into Super Mina, which is more like the top of the line, like deluxe version. No, she actually can speak. And she's very
She speaks. She looks more human.
More human, and she actually talks more like a human.
Okay.
Well,
it's like some Pluto shit out of here.
No, like I said, she's more like, this is how I am.
Yeah, huh?
Right.
That's what I was thinking.
But,
Pluto.
But she's not as limited like Chi from Chobits. Because Chi, how you doing, Chi? Chi. Like she only has 2 words, right? She does speak more words, but she's very robotic. And I don't think she gets what he's trying to say half the time, but she kind of goes with it.
So it's just a man's plea for insanity and help. Got it.
That's
well,
and that's the thing, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a nice romance thing, right? But at the back of your mind, in the back of your mind, going like, but this is all in his head, right?
Seems rather unhealthy.
But no, I guess she slowly kind of like shows more emotion per se. Doing certain. Like during saving our pictures of him and little cute little 128 gig little SD card, or happen to do like wearing wedding rings and things like that. Well, she can't really wear metal rings because apparently it harms her system because she's technically a cooking robot, so she has to wear the wedding ring around her neck, I guess, because she can't really wear
around because she touches cooking.
Yeah. So it's very interesting because it's more of a practical. It's like, how does it work? Like, do we hold hands? Do we do we cuddle? How do we cuddle? Because he almost break his back because they were trying to learn how to cuddle each other again. And then you meet other people, just like Chobits, you meet other people who have robot companions.
Indeed, of course.
And you go like, and everyone, this is okay.
Everyone's like, we have no problems. We all quit drinking anytime we want, but we choose to drink every day. Pass the bottle.
And so it's like, it's kind of like, because I don't want to argue, Chobits kind of has this just a little bit of like, everyone's like, well, computer can be a lot of things, and
so it's kind of like her.
Oh yeah, sounds like
it. I never seen that movie because I'm afraid what it might imply.
Too close to home.
That's like the show. This I cannot tell you if the scenario would happen. Would this be cool or not?
There you go.
And I'm worried that I don't know the answer to this.
It's that fucking robot chicken sketch from Forever Ago. So I made this robot, this and that, and it's advanced, this and that. Well, yes, one question. Can you fuck it? What? Can you fuck it? No! Oh! And everyone just leaves the room. That's what matters here. By the way, 2-minute warning.
All right. So yeah, we'll see how this, like, as long as you bypass that part, like, this is all in his head.
If you could overlook the part this man is in a very unhealthy relationship and mental mind state.
It's a fun show.
It's cute. It's adorable.
Just don't think about the legal ramifications. Well, they do actually think about the legal ramifications. But, just minus that part, the show can be fun.
This is like, look at Japan, look at all these cool trains and the Pokemons. Meanwhile, look at all these overworkers people. All these people are miserable. People are not getting married. The birth is just declining off, falling off the whole planet and everything else. But instead of that, look at this Pikachu. Isn't he adorable?
So
I was thinking about Gundam Wing randomly. You know how like...
Now I have to know.
You know how he has like that connection with Wing Zero?
Oh, yeah.
How, like, well, that's the only thing I can think of.
Just more, yes, more power. She definitely loves me. Yes.
And the weird part, he does moments where he's like thinking, this is kind of weird. He does have moments of like self reflection.
Nah, it's fine.
But he's like,
nah, she liked me though.
I don't know what I'm talking about, man.
But are they capable of loving?
We don't know. It's a very kind of like. It's up to your interpretation. What you think?
You put the love in. That's how it works.
How do you finish the story though? How do you finish it? Like
He's either gonna fuck it or not. That's how he's gonna. Just like any other romance.
Well,
either they will or
why
they
I
won't.
left out because I watched a lot of this.
Of course you did.
And they got to actually a critical point about like her getting an upgrade. It's like,
Well, there you go. So that's the success. Here you go. We dump the AI, and now it's perfectly fine. We make it a little bit more realistic,
because like
normal,
because like
add a couple interesting parts to her.
The Super Mina version, I guess her upgraded part.
That's his goal.
I guess no. Well, but he's okay with he's okay with her being the way she is, right? But it's up to what she wants to do. But I guess she wants to upgrade to be more to actually show emotion, actually, because it's a whole deluxe set you have to buy.
All right, okay. Closing remarks. Sadly.
All right, we're moving on. I guess no.
All right. Anyone else? Final questions? Thoughts?
I was just thinking of Ex Machina, the movie.
Oh yes.
So
that would work as well for this. That would work as well. That has an interesting ending. So maybe this will have an interesting ending, just as like that movie, perhaps. I'm very confused and mixed as a third person at the moment on that one. So
am I.
Oshi No Ko wins that one between that one. I'll say that. So spoilers on that.
Frank hasn't gone yet. You don't know.
Let's say in the first round. Maybe Frank could take the top crown here in the first round here of the summer season. So Frank, what is your first offering for us this season?
The first one I watched was Quality Assurance in Another World.
Okay.
Which was actually my fourth pick, but I had to eliminate one because
Frank, behind the scenes.
They were lying to me.
This isn't Oshi No Ko.
It doesn't bother you when they lie to you, man.
I know. I never lie.
There you go. Every week on this podcast, maybe has something, but we'll move on.
So basically, it is what it sounds like.
Okay.
There's this guy who goes to another world, which is just a video game, and their job is they're debuggers, and they're just testing the game out and sending info.
So it's like a VR game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they kind of get stuck there. They don't know why they're not allowed to log out. The developers or whoever they're communicating with are not communicating with them. But for some reason, they like still receive the information.
Sure it's not meta.
So like I feel like they commented this, and also like there's this one part where there's something wrong with a town, and the guy like sends all the feedback, and they fixed it the next day. So I'm like, so they're working on the game, they just don't let you log out.
They can't. So it's like one-way communication.
Yeah.
Okay. And now it's fucking SAO.
So I kind of skipped ahead, but basically it's about this girl who has blue hair. I forgot her name.
Anime.
And she lives in a town, and these dragons attack who do not look like dragons at all. They look like I don't know, just blobs.
Okay. Also just like big
just like
airs, game airs.
Blobs with faces and legs.
Okay.
They don't look like nothing like
what a dragon should look like. Okay.
They look like jelly beans with mouth and eyes.
It's a prototype. We're working on it.
I don't know why they call them dragons. To be honest. So basically, the dragons attack, and the guy shows up, and he kind of saves the town, and then this is the part I kind of was not paying attention, but somehow I feel like he burns the whole town and kills everybody in the town.
Oh, okay.
Including
that's a part to remember, Frank.
So when did Sephiroth arrive?
And you heard the music.
I know this guy.
And at this point, you're like not sure what's going on. And
there's a blonde kid with
he sees the girl, and he tells her, "I have to do this because unless you and everybody else dies, the story cannot move forward. And I need the story to move forward to clear the game.
Okay.
Because he thinks that if he clears the game, he's gonna be allowed to leave. So that happens. He kind of cries because he's a nice guy. And then the blue girl shows up again, alive, and he's like, "What the hell?" Like,
right.
Like, why did she come back to life? That's weird. That hasn't happened. And eventually you find out that she came back to life because one of the game's AIs took control of her. And I think that it's called Tesla. And so that happens. And then they run into other debuggers who are stopped doing their job and they kind of hack the game and do whatever they want.
Oh, so they're just like out their own fantasy.
They're like rogue debuggers.
They gone rogue. We got rogue.
Yeah, and so he stops them, and then one of them escapes, and then like the King Debugger. I don't know what
King Debugger. That's a.
I don't know what
phrase
his
for the
name
day.
is, but basically
chief
the leader.
debugger.
Yeah,
Right,
there you
right.
go. He finds out, and then blah blah blah. Basically, then you meet some of his old coworkers, and they're kind of stuck in like one. The girl fell off a pit and she died, but she had a resurrection item on, so she keeps reviving at the same spot but kee's dying. And
she's like stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the guy is stuck on the floor. I forgot why.
Oh, he just fell through the floor.
And he just can't
His
get
video
out.
games.
He's tried everything. He doesn't know how to get him out. And
these are real people. These are people playing in the game, or are these like NPCs?
No,
or?
the people stuck are real people.
Oh, okay. Oh Jesus! So it's like just nightmare hellscape fuel right now.
Sweet.
Just like forever falling to your death, basically.
Yeah. And
Fun.
the other debuggers are real people. Everybody else is just part of the game.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he has this theory that if he finishes the game, he can save his friends and get out.
That's SAO, but also works.
Yeah, that's basically the story. The girl, she's super powerful, but for some reason she is not allowed. Oh yeah, I think she's programmed not to fix things. So she needs the guy to fix it, and she's like telling him what to do.
Interesting.
Maybe
Maybe
because females, right?
I think it's just like the way it was programmed, and she just can't do it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Yeah, I was very surprised by this one.
Okay.
Because it's not that the story is great, because it's like other ones.
Right.
I just feel it's well animated. The music's nice. It feels like it was well done. Good quality.
Okay. I was gonna ask everything else, because the plot, like you mentioned, it seems you've seen this before, similar at least, but they're doing everything else fairly well. Also, 2 minutes warning.
Yeah, and then just like if I picked it because the title, and I'm like, yeah, I have that job.
There you go.
But
you can relate.
I was very impressed by this one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Just impressed.
Animation, music sounds like holding up.
Oh, one thing about it, it doesn't feel like they're super powerful. So it just feels like it's just regular humans fighting big monsters.
Right, they're just fighting.
I like that.
Right, yeah, you don't want something way over the top.
Yeah.
It's
no Gokus or Gojos or anything like that.
It's more like Dr. Stone.
Oh, okay. But doesn't he punch a tiger?
Don't worry about that part.
It's fine. It's fine.
You could punch.
That's all right. He's very good. He's very good at what he does.
And
apparently.
that's my first one.
All right, well, that is interesting sounding, considering it sounds like a very generic name, but then the twists and turns did keep me on my toes a little bit.
Yeah, it surprised me because it's like, oh, it's another one of these.
Yeah, another isekai. Here we go.
But I was hooked.
Okay. I am curious. So yeah, I guess out of the 3 first round, I'm still gonna give Oshi No Ko the nod just because it's the big production. But I think Frank and Miles's pick is something to ponder. Let's say.
Well, it's one of those things that it's one of those I just don't like because it makes me think a lot too much more.
There you go.
On the
Isn't life
level.
easier if you don't have to really pursue a relationship and you
what
can
if
just
you-
make one?
Well, you buy one.
And it
That's
turns
it
out
right
to be
there.
your perfect, perhaps, waifu also. What were you playing again this week, Miles?
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, let's
Ray.
not.
Let's move on, Ray.
Let's move on and go to our second round.
Now, just give me
of
my
picks.
existential crisis over here. And
There
just give
you
me a
go.
second.
There you go.
Well, Ivan, go ahead and do the second one.
All right, Ivan. Whenever you are ready, sir. It's now time for your second choice this season.
All right, so my second one is Alya.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, now I have to see her. I know I can't say it now because I'm too busy trying to read the Japanese and English at the same time. My brain sometimes hides her feelings in Russian is the English thing because I ain't gonna do Japanese because I ain't no Japanese.
All right.
Oh no.
I don't even know how to describe this show, but basically it's one of those rom-coms. The setup is that Ayla.
Alya? It looks like Alya.
I have to hear her say it. I guess.
Russian girl?
It's like Alya.
Ira.
Yeah, I guess you have to do with the accent, right?
Yeah, Ida. Yeah,
There
you go, Ida.
I like it. It's the best one so far. I'm gonna stick to it. We'll stick to it.
So basically, typical. She's like
Russian.
What?
I don't even know how to start the show. All right, she has a crush on the main guy, and the main guy is she's one of those like hard workers, this and this.
She's like the honor student, high grades, best in sports, does everything right.
Yeah, and then he's like a slacker. And then she gets annoyed at him, but she'll say like,
he's so cute when he slacks off.
Yeah, in Russian. But he knows Russian because and so I'm just gonna say this up front. Every trope every genre that you ever thought of, it's all thrown in here.
Sweet.
It's
Everything.
the buffet of anime tropes.
Everything you can think of, it's here.
There you
Everything. If you name it, it's there. So it's really, I don't even know how to describe the show because it has everything. So that's the premise. She has a crush on him, and she says her feelings towards him in Russian, and
But
he knows.
he
Russian.
knows the Russian.
Yeah. So
Does he like her?
Does he tell her in Russian that he knows?
I'm assuming he's keeping it as a poker face to get the one up on her, I imagine.
So that's what I mean by like the setup. So basically, the arc is that she wants to be like the student president, and he is, decides that he wants to support her. But as far as the whole Russian thing, they do like flashbacks of him talking Russian with the girl, and who's the girl? We don't know. And
oh no, it's okay.
so it has like, one of like those sad past,
right?
So we don't know what's going on with that, and then here comes the love rival.
Gotta be it's a triangle.
So it could potentially be a harem, because then there's the
is she Russian or some other nationality?
Yeah, I think she's Russian too.
Oh, it's all the
They have to be Russians.
And this is in Japan?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know.
Are they speaking Japanese in this?
So, and then we have the sister complex. He has a little sister.
Yeah. Check it. We got him, boys. We got him.
Wait, another one this season?
So-
Another one?
Is there a robot?
No robots. Okay, you got me there. No robots.
Damn it. Next season.
All right, okay, that box unchecked.
So, okay.
You failed.
I was wrong.
Season 2, German robot. Season 2.
Correction.
So you have the sister. You have the main love interest, and then you have the one that's gonna mess things up, And then the main girl, Ida, or if we decided to call her like that, she has every personality. She goes from like the shy to the
Tsundere, hot and cold.
She every genre she does.
She
It.
checks all the boxes.
Yeah. So
all in one. I've been so puzzled for what sounds like basically a comedy romance with the language barrier trick.
Everybody is here. Everything is here.
Yeah, it just has everything. So I will say this: it has made me laugh.
Okay,
it has made me laugh. But I don't know. You decide what you want to do with that.
You watch the first episode.
It just feels like I like this. So
I'll have a little of this, a little of that.
So yeah, and it's funny because I'm so stuck. I can't even generate thoughts. So the first episode, she starts off as like like that student,
right?
And,
very straightforward, honest.
And then she goes full Nagatoro.
Oh.
And then she goes like all shy, like embarrassed. So she's like doing like
that everyone sees, or she like does it in her head, or
so it depends on the scene. So the Nagatoro, she says like pull my sock up or something like that, and then so she goes full Nagatoro, and then the start of the season, like when they introduce her, she has like the serious stoic, and then when she's shy, she's trying on clothes and she gets all shy, and then that's where she says like her Russian comes out. So she's everything you can.
There you go.
Every genre.
All the package, all in one.
All in one. So the main guy, he feels like the guy from the Revenge.
Masamune's Revenge.
That's what it was.
He kind of has like that. He's basically is that. Where he kind of has like a little secret. We don't know what the secret is, and he's kind of
a little cocky, maybe.
Yes. So he's kind of a goofball, but then like when he gets serious, he gets serious. So I don't know.
Whose perspectives is all told from? Is it like third person? You see everyone's, or is it like hers, his?
His.
Okay.
His. No, well, I guess third person too, because sometimes you hear the thoughts of like
everyone else's. Yeah. Okay, so it jumps in and out. 2-minute warning, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's that's from those last 6 minutes. Just sure sounds like an interesting. I don't know.
Well, it's like what is something like it's like her question. What's 2 + 2 is 4, right? Explain Aya who speaks Russian.
I'm assuming when she talks in Russian, they have subtitles and they translate that part.
Yes.
And how good of a Russian is
how good's that Russian, Ivan? Tell us. You're a Russian expert now.
It
apparently.
Sounds like how English sounds. When they do when they speak in English, Japanese. That
it doesn't sound. No native Russians getting fooled.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Interesting though, the voice actor is the voice actor of Nagatoro.
Well, of course. Well, then I know it's passing this season.
Yeah. So I was like, I was like, you sound familiar.
I know you.
You sound very familiar. And apparently she's like really popular. So no, actually her Russian is good.
Okay. Went from terrible to she's okay. She's okay.
It's fun.
Wait, Nagatoro? Well, now she's fantastic.
They got the bump.
Everyone's got their weakness apparently today on the podcast.
It is a light novel. So
okay.
It has like
is the writing? So I'm hoping the writing's a little bit better than the normal anime.
I don't know.
All right, sounds like we'll have to wait to find out. I don't know if we're gonna find out all the way, but I guess you'll have to stay tuned to see if we will indeed dive all in on this one. It made him laugh. He's confused, but he's laughing, so that's a good thing.
Is like a nervous laugh, or kind of like? Well, I don't know what's going.
There was a scene where I know I'm low in time, but there was a scene where the sister was being all like weird, when they start being like Oni-chan, that stuff. And then he's like, "Stop it!" Or I know you're just missing. And she goes, "Chick." Like she did like this face, like like God, he got me. So that made me laugh. So, but she's weird. She's weird.
I love the girl from Buchigiri.
All those sisters.
Salute the one girl from Buchigiri too. Oh yeah. All right, well I guess I'll have to stay tuned and see if the Russian girl will make it to the final cut. So stay tuned. But Miles, we're back to you, my friend. Is it more robots or what's in store for the season?
It's time for we're gonna go a little nuts here. So I watched the semi-hit anime of the season I poured into the internet. My dear friend Nokotan.
All right, that's a name.
So basic premise is basically there's a girl who wants to be a student president. No, it's perfect.
She speak Russian?
No, she doesn't speak Russian. But no, she's trying to she's like a diligent. She's a class president. She wants to be I guess like a class president.
She wants to be the number one. She wants just like a lot of Japanese people. They want to be the best at what they do.
But she happens to be a former delinquent.
Ooh.
So she when she when the camera's not turned around, whatever, right? She just speaks more roughly and more kind of like a tomboyish kind of sound.
Right.
But
your typical delinquent. She squat down with the long skirt.
No,
with like a baseball bat.
No, but you hear the way how she speaks, more politely.
Right, very normal, feminine, and then mother me baby.
So basically, just right. So she's trying to make no one finds out about her past, right?
Mm-hmm, right. She wants to keep her image.
So then one day she bumps into, I guess we call it a deer girl. That's the best way to describe it.
Is she also in the next season of ZZZ?
No, she's kind of weird. In a way,
well, she's a deer girl, so I guess I expect.
But
weird.
She pretty much comes out like Persona 4, in which she kind of just hangs out. She literally hangs from a telephone pole, kind of like Persona 4. If you know Persona 4.
Okay, that's a pull, and also maybe potential spoiler question mark.
Well, because it's a way to describe how nuts this is. Because that happened. I get this reference. Why is this happening? And pretty much, there are a lot of weird circumstances. She kind of knows that. I should say Koshi Taranko. And she used to be a former delinquent. That's the main protagonist.
Oh, that's her name. Okay.
Yeah, I should have mentioned it earlier. So no, she knows her secret. I know she's been a former delinquent.
The deer girl.
The deer girl knows how. We don't know.
Because plot. That's how.
And so, premise and gist of this whole story is she knows this fact, and so she's trying to keep that secret for everybody. Because everyone kind of just adores her because she's a deer girl.
Okay, so does she go to school with her or something?
Yeah, she does. She goes to school with her, and pretty much the class and the teacher loves her so much they made a deer club, which the Taranko pretty much becomes the president of said deer club.
Okay.
Where the goal of the deer club is to take care of Nokotan.
So the deer girl has always been a part of the school?
Apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like everyone kind of
everyone treats her like, oh, this is my best friend, Nokotan, or whatever you just said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said, so we do a lot of weird fourth wall breaking, a lot of weird, just crazy things that happen. And poor Tamako's trying to just deal with it, try not to.
Like, what? Give me an example of crazy, please.
So, the best way to describe it, she likes deer crackers. Nokotan does.
Right, I guess that checks out.
So she'll do anything for a deer cracker. So she kind of tells the whole class, I was like, pretty much, she pretty much tells the president's delinquent because that way she gets more deer crackers. She's a delinquent. And everyone kind of she's trying to tell her to stop, trying to do it, and everyone kind of is okay with it, whatnot. And a lot of her trying to shut Nokotan up.
Right.
But it kind of backfires her because this whole class pretty much goes against her on it. and pretty much do like certain things. The teacher, like certain, she has taking care of Nokotan because she comes part of the Deer Club, I guess, as punishment for a lot of reasons.
Oh, I'm not saying I'm getting the craziness, but okay. So the shenanigans.
Well, because it's a lot of visual gags. It's hard to describe the visual gags, I guess.
Okay, so there's no cat popping out of a vending machine claiming they're God.
No.
So that's the wackiness I'm thinking, but so far I'm not getting that so far.
Well, obviously, because I guess deers are scared of water bottles, so she's scared of water bottles around. So if you put a water bottle toward Nokotan, she gets a little weird. The sister also is another. That's right. Let's say it, folks. And also a sister complex sister.
Yay! All genders, all equal.
So she really loves her sister, but she's also kind of like a yandere, kind of in a certain way.
Of course.
Then, so she's like competing against like a quiz show, which they talk more about.
So that's more wacky.
Yeah, about how Toronko's like, her whole lifestyle, her whole like her personality, things like that. And she's just trying to defend it, like, no, I was never delinquent, things like that, and like a lot of defending herself but not defending herself, and her just kind of just putting up with it. And they kind of then semi-graduate, and then they move on to the next year, in which the
school year's already finished.
Yeah,
that was quickly. Okay. That happened.
And then she gets a junior who pretty much wants to be a deer. She sees Nokotan, it's like, you know what, I wanted that lifestyle. So she joins the club to be a deer. And then the last character we bump into pretty much, I guess, is like the student council wants to get rid of Toronko being the student president, but she fails spectacularly at it, and everyone else likes Nokotan, so they know one like wants
to make her president.
One wants to secretly loves her, but doesn't want to say out loud, and the other one kind of there in its own weird wackiness. And she talks to third person, your favorite, Ray.
Oh yes, Jimmy remembers. Also 2-minute warning for Jimmy.
So like I said, the anime is also made by Wit Studio.
Oh, so the animation's good.
pretty good.
Okay,
minus the CG deer.
Oh, okay, a lot of CG deers.
And they're doing a lot of song dances and a lot of weird songs
to come out. Into just musicals, things
like that. Okay. We have.
Well, that's the wackiness I was looking. Okay, it's slow. I'm gonna have to pry it out of you. But I'm getting it
because it's like a lot of visual gags. It's hard to describe visual gags on here.
Well, that's why we're on the podcast.
And also, you appreciate it because there's a Spider-Man 3 reference. You get to that in episode 3. You get the Spider-Man 3 reference.
Dancing.
Yep. The dancing that and it's Wit Studio, so. Guess how accurate that dancing is.
Very.
So I said it's wacky, goofy. It's kind of like, I guess, kind of Lucky Star, but almost made too weird. Like just like wow, weird. Just things just happen because reasons, whatever. And poor Toronko's trying to survive whatever happens to her.
She's a straight man in this wacky world she finds herself in.
Yeah, that's the best description of this.
It sounds like it could have potential, but I don't know.
The problem is that there's too much CG gear to get canceled away. I don't know, obviously if it was say it was like Shaft or something like that.
But I imagine these CG deer are supposed to be like a visual gag of look how ugly and cheap these CG deer look like versus a serious.
I guess so. Right. I guess that's what I'm trying to think of it because they're a gag of like kind of be inside a deer, kind of like a suit or something like that. There's the visual gag of that.
Okay,
but
is it one of those shows that it's only female characters?
Yes.
Well, of course. It is a Miles pick after all.
Okay, that's okay.
Where are the males?
They're all dead. I mean, you could argue it's an old girl school, so
okay.
There you go. There's the justification. And with that, I guess that's time for Nokotan dear, my dear friend Nokotan.
My dear friend Nokotan. It's very popular for the meme possibilities.
Well, that's what it is. I look forward to the gifts at least, but we'll see if it makes the final cut here on Taco Otaku, which means now I was going to say every name but Frank out loud, apparently. But Frank, it is your turn, my friend. What do we have for our second choice this round?
All right. The second one I watched is called Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
Okay.
And I picked this one because I kind of recognize it from it's a game.
Oh.
It came out on the Switch. And I don't know if you remember, it's a game with a girl that works with rice. I don't really.
Okay, I was going to say probably with rice.
I never played the game.
Stab into the dark here.
So I was like, okay, it's a video game. Let me check it out.
Okay.
Kind of interested. Anyways, it's basically about because Sakuna is the main girl.
Okay.
I think.
All right.
And then there's like these, second tier characters, which is like her posse. Some kids, an adult, and yeah. Those kids get lost, and for some, I don't have. You know what? Forgive me, but I wasn't paying too much attention. It's because I had to read it. I'm like, they go so fast.
Oh,
and
I'm like, a lot of subtitles.
I'm like, I'm not rewinding.
You are more of a dub man, if I'm not mistaken.
A Bakumonogatari fan, I guess.
Yeah.
There you go. So you're a fake anime friend, but keep going.
So, thank you. So they were like walking, and then suddenly they kind of get robbed.
Oh, that's a bad day.
They're about to get robbed, and then the Sakuna comes up and kind of saves them. And then basically she tells them, "Oh, you should get out of here." And she goes back to her house, but she doesn't really tell them why. And they're kind of like in between the world of gods and the real world.
Oh, okay.
And I guess the gate was closing, and they kind of get stuck in the world of gods.
Oh.
And so there's like a bunch of gods. Sakuna's one, and then there's other girls.
Is it wrong to pick this rice in this dungeon?
So for some reason they're like talking to this greater god, and they're like doing offerings to her, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get picked again for I don't know what." And she does an offering of rice. For some reason, she has access to rice.
I mean, that's her shtick. It sounds like.
And so she thinks she's gonna win, and she ends up not winning. And then she gets in trouble because the humans are there.
Oh.
And
they snuck their way into. Gotcha.
So her punishment is to go to a certain island where her parents went once to defeat a demon, and then they disappeared. So they're sending her over there, and everybody thinks it's to teach her a lesson. She needs to take the humans with her, and they go, and basically...
So they kidnap humans?
They didn't kidnap them. They kind of got stuck in the god world, and
then they threw them on an island.
And they threw them on an island. I don't know if this is still the god world.
These gods are a bunch of dicks, at least.
Yeah, it's weird.
Maybe we can close the door. These gods can't close the goddamn door, by the way. But all right.
I don't know. It was open, and then suddenly it had to disappear, and then now they're stuck.
It's a magical door. Where's Sora when you need him?
So basically, they're at this island, and they need food, so they're like going hunting, and then they're like, "Oh, we should farm."
Wait, is this where the rice comes in?
I think they're trying to make rice. The guy
I knew it.
The guy has rice, which he kind of loses somehow.
Oh.
Anyways, they meet some animal guy, and
animal? Is it a guy who likes animal, or is it like a bear that talks on 2 feet?
It's like a weasel that's sort of a human shape. It's like a were-weasel.
Okay.
And he looks like they're gonna fight him, but they don't fight him. And then one of the boys goes to talk to him, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want you to teach me to fight. I actually want you to teach me to craft."
Okay.
So I feel like this is a story of like Farmville, or
it sounds like
Animal Crossing,
some kind of simulation. Animal Crossing for sure.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a raccoon who's gonna sell you this really expensive shirt and at a terrible price.
I don't know. There is fighting. I think they were fighting some bunnies, and
for food.
The thing I enjoyed about it is that the music kind of reminds me of I Am Setsuna.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of fun. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Kind of cute.
That is a good soundtrack.
And that's as far as I got.
Okay.
It's just she was like learning to be a good god and taking care of these humans that have to provide for them, and
okay, so I was gonna say, and it sounds, I guess, slice of lifey, where they're just going through the paces and I guess meeting new animals that may or may not talk.
I thought a bunch of animals that talk. I thought it was gonna be like more actiony, but it's more like, whoa, let's try to
let's talk our way through this.
Let's fix this soil because it's too hard, and I'm like, okay, let's see how we do that, and then teach me.
Stardew fans rejoice.
What's that game? Harvest
Moon also will work as well.
Short seasons for us out there.
Yes, the newer version.
Yeah. So
have you played those games, Frank? The farm simulation games? It's like the next question asked.
Have I? So
okay.
I don't think so.
I was gonna say if we like or dislike it, because that might.
The closest I've gotten is playing Civilization.
Oh, okay.
And there's farming there.
There's farming.
There's farming there.
So that's as far as I got it.
Okay, so it's sounds like we're not too sure what the show is going to be, but my guess would be slice
I
of
don't know. The
life.
trailer was so cool. I saw a lot of action
And now it's
and
just
now-
talking and animals.
Now we're farming. I'm like,
What happened? The lies they told me.
no lie.
It's nothing but filthy lies.
But it's like, you could watch it and just, you know what? I want to watch something mellow, something.
pull off some Hades, maybe.
Yeah, like you watch Paranormal Activity and you just want to like cleanse yourself.
There you go. It's like Paranormal Activity. I guess I didn't see that comparison coming.
Yeah, because when you watch something, or at least for me, when you watch something scary, you have to like.
Oh, I see I see.
You can't go to sleep, so let me watch something calm and cool.
I see. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think what would be the question instead of all the different talking animals and which ones are going to come to ZZZ next season.
Play the video game and you'll find out more about this.
I
anime.
guess
I'm sorry,
it
what
sounds like. And you haven't played the video game, right,
no,
Frank?
I thought the older guy was related to the kids, but they're not. So I'm like, why was he traveling with kids? And he's actually was friends with the thief that was trying to rob them.
Wait, all that? Okay, yeah, all right. That's I guess just desserts for that old man.
So it's like, wait, you were part of his group?
I guess you.
Apparently, he was like, oh, I disagreed, so we disbanded or something.
Apparently, there's some extra drama there, I guess, that we may or may not find out here on Taco Otaku. But all right, well, that's what was it again, Frank? What was the name of that one?
Sakuna of Rice and Ruin.
Okay, well, we'll see if it's Rice or Ruin. All right, so that was for our final round here for summer 2024. So we're back to Ivan. Ivan, what is our final pick this season?
So it's called Shoshimin, How to Become Ordinary.
Okay.
First of all, I love the intro and the ending.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, personally, I don't really pay attention to them overall.
What?
Another fake anime fan, all right.
All right.
No.
I don't know, like...
Weren't you the guy last episode talking about the endings are the best and now already banning endings so quickly? And openings too.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, I don't go out of my way to, like...
See him?
To see them, to try to, like, see how I feel about them.
Just a Netflix skipping openings, skipping endings, just skip to the next episode.
I see the skip button.
You're one of those. You're one of those. You filthy, filthy man.
It has, but the songs that they chose, it has that vibe from Insomniac one.
Oh, okay.
It has like that kind of
After
that
school, that is.
indie.
Right, that indie rock kind of little poppy.
So I did like the intro and the ending.
Okay. I'm perking up here. Keep going.
So I will say this: I cannot really explain the premise of the story because what really makes it really cool is that you know how I've heard you say this, Ray, when we were talking about on Free, and you're like, oh, like the writer's leaving a lot of little secrets or something like that.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I completely felt that way with Freerin.
Mm-hmm.
I felt more like you were getting to know them, but this one really feels like you don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's where there's like a lot
of mystery.
A lot of mystery. So they kind of tell you the premise of the story. So they say we're working to be ordinary, but you don't know like what they're trying to be ordinary from.
Okay.
So like it's like almost like mystery, like they're solving like cases and things like that, and then some scenes like the girl. Because it's two characters, it's the guy and the girl, and they're both kind of made a pact that they want to be ordinary.
Okay.
And so they introduce other characters, and this other character tells the main lead or the main guy, like, hey, this is not who you are, you're really, so there are like all these little hints of like
something's wrong going on.
Yeah, like what's wrong, what they're trying to change from. So I cannot tell, like I feel like
amnesia.
No, not like that.
Okay, thank God.
They made it basically they want to be different from their true selves.
Okay.
From what they really want to, who they really are.
Do they seem different than a typical? And I'm assuming this is high school, by the way, or
high school.
Okay, because it's anime. Just can't stab in the dark. You're like 80% always right on that guess.
Which was kind of a negative for me. I feel like if it was like adults, like I would rock with them more. Be like, okay, like yeah, but they're like
just an old cynical man now.
It's like, oh, like back when I was in third grade,
so much hope.
I used to be this. Now I decided to be this new person. But it had my interest. I was interested. It felt a very unique like introduction to a show. I don't think I've ever.
For a high school has a lot of mystery, which don't associate those two things often a lot.
So I don't want to really give my opinion on like what like the how I felt about
Yay or nay. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep it a mystery from us as well. All right. All right.
But
keep it mystery if I don't know.
Because
There
I
you go.
feel like if I say it, then those first episodes, 4 episodes, are kind of pointless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so if you walk in with me that you don't like
All right.
know, then
All
it
right.
makes it more intriguing.
There you go. And use the code below, Ivan, to get the subscription.
I like this.
To get this going.
3 words. Watch the show and you understand everything.
There you go. It all makes sense.
But yeah, so I'm trying to stay neutral.
It's neutral. Okay. Okay.
The animation is nice.
Okay. I was gonna ask about that.
So what studio is it? Let me see. It is Lapin Track.
Lapin?
Lapin Track.
Doesn't ring a bell to me instantly.
I kind of know
the
one or
name
two.
sounds ever so vaguely familiar, but to be like, oh, it's the studio that did so and so. Nope. I'd have to Google it.
It doesn't sound new. That's
But
the
it's
best way to put it.
but it seems good. The animation,
animation
music, everything.
So
Production be good.
I guess something else I can just kind of talk about is like the voice acting. Like
Mhm.
it is interesting that sometimes they're in high school
Mhm.
and then they give like some characters like just an adult male voice, and they're like, I was thinking about it, man. No kid sounds like that, or 14, 15 year old.
Yo, what's up? Gotta go to miss recess. Better hurry up.
So but yeah, basically it's kind of a slice of life mystery
of why they're trying to be ordinary.
Yeah, and then but episode 4 tells you what they're trying to be ordinary from.
I see.
And then so
Filthy otakus.
I don't know what it's gonna go after this.
Right. What's the okay?
And it's 10 episodes too.
Oh, that is. What's this? A Netflix thing or something?
No,
That's a weird number.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's on Crunchyroll.
It's odd, yeah.
The balls on the show, the production, keeping mysteries and 10 episodes. They got confidence in this thing.
Yeah, I do like the girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's like kind of unique, the main girl, because
Mhm.
it's the guy in the.
Do they share like protagonist roles basically, or who's like really telling the story?
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from his perspective, but she's so there's like little scenes. For example, one time he goes to like the those shops they have in Japan, like
Mhm.
those kind of outdoor shops.
Yeah.
And he sees her, and then he's like, oh, she's in disguise, and she's like dressed like regular, but he's like, oh, she's in disguise. And then there's a scene where she gets kind of like evil eyes, or like it gets a little bit dark.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, basically he's trying to make sure that doesn't come out.
Oh, okay.
That he's trying to like work and do his thing so she doesn't show her true self.
Okay. All right. A lot of mystery going on here.
Yeah.
Some little darkness on all of us. Am I right, fellas? Okay. Well,
where there's darkness, there's light.
there. Fucking Sora again. Goddamn it, Kingdom Hearts still sneaks this one on every goddamn episode, it feels like. All right, well, it sounds like I'll be nice and leave it at that, but that is quite the mystery. What's this again, Ivan? Or How to Be Ordinary, is that what it's called?
How to Be Ordinary.
How to Be Ordinary. All right, well, this is everything. The
I was like, this
intro is anything but ordinary.
preview. Watch the show and you can tell me what
Yes.
the preview is.
Indeed, so quite the mystery.
The
so.
levels. The balls.
Everyone.
Very unique intro, I'll say that.
Okay, so.
Have you ever seen a show like that?
It's been a while, but there's every so times you see an opening.
Sounds like
that's
summertime
unique.
rendering. That's what it sounds
Kind of.
like.
I was thinking about that.
It did. The fact that everything's a mystery and you're just kind of going along on the roller coaster ride and seeing what's going to happen. It definitely, that show and this show sounds like they have that going on. Hopefully there's no evil doppelgangers with guns and knives and little children stabbing themselves. Anyway, spoilers of other anime that I'll avoid. So Miles, it is now your final third time here on the podcast, Miles.
Third time.
For this season? It's your final. I'm done. You didn't see the 2 week. You didn't get the email, Miles. You didn't get the email.
No, I guess we misspelled it.
Well, it's all right. Well, Miles. Anyway, before you leave, this episode, what show do you have left for us?
So the last show I reviewed is Pesudeo Harem.
Okay.
So basic gist of it is that Mother follows the protagonist Rin. She goes to school and she wants to be in the drama club, I guess.
Alrighty.
She's an actress.
That checks out.
So she goes to school and she bumps into her a senpai. I guess he's more of a builder. He's in the drama class, but he's more like he builds props, I guess.
Right, he's not an actor, if you will.
And she really took a liking to him to start with. I know,
he's just so cute.
So they had a conversation. Like, what kind of girls do you know? So he kind of asked her, what girls are you into? And he's like, well, I want to have a harem.
Well, that's healthy.
And
better than a robot, maybe. We'll say that.
Yeah. So basically, she's since she's an actress, she kind of role plays different types of girls, I guess, kind of like no your anime tropes.
Ah, I see. Thus the name.
And so to win this boy's favor, pretty much, she kind of goes through like different types of girls and see what makes him tick. Because sometimes he wants a little tsundere, sometimes he wants cool, or he wants like the more spoiled, or like you learn a lot of different personalities.
The anime tropes.
No, it's just her. She's just acting.
She's acting, right?
So it's not like say like Ivan with Ira, like we're like she's
not a schizo just yet.
No, but she's
give it time.
Oh, she's catching strays.
But she does know she is acting, and sometimes she can't act, and so she kind of just gets flustered, and that ends the scene. Ends the scene.
That's the main girl.
Yeah, Rin. So pretty much, it's just them really. You might see one or two of the other drama members or family and things like that.
Oh, but it's just them.
Mostly it's just them, and they're just talking.
So it's Bakemonogatari.
Yeah, kind of in a way, but no, they said it's more kind of like you're watching different skits per se.
Oh, like little shorts.
Like little shorts, and they happen to be like they cut one short and they go on to the next short, kind of like
4-panel stuff, basically.
Yeah, but pretty much, he says something and like, man, boy, wish Cool Chan, because
he gives them nicknames.
Nicknames will come out, and then she'll become like very cool. He does like impish girls for some reason. Like
impish?
Because like girls are kind of like Takagi-san in the way, kind of like trick, like kind of.
Oh, like a bully.
Kind of like bully, but not like Nagatoro kind of bully, but like kind of
no
like
whips.
No whips. But I guess like more playful, like she like kind of like were coy and play at him. Right. Tsundere, of course.
Oh, come on.
I do like the fact that because she has props with her, so like
she's ready. She's all in.
Like when they get like, man, I hope Tsundere-chan comes out, right, whatever, and she's like she'll put her hair like pigtail, because I guess we decided that pigtails, like, oh, she must be a tsundere because she has pigtails, right?
Anime, this is what they taught us.
So she'll change her hairstyle to match whatever character she's trying to play.
Damn it,
on the fly.
So they're all acting.
Yeah. Well, she's the one acting. So she's
playing multiple characters for his amusement, I guess, and or hoping to gain favor with them.
Yeah, pretty much to find more about him. And so like where I left off now, the more like it happens once in a while, but mostly they're just hanging out, I guess, right? Or it might happen once in a while, but they're starting to learn more of each other, how they really are with each other, I guess.
So it's very slow moving. It sounds like.
Yeah.
My favorite kind of romances.
Kind of fast, but also going fast because we went off of one season already.
Like spring, then summer, then everything else.
Yeah, like they stop a scene, you look up,
the weather's different.
Come back down, and then the weather's changed, and then they go on to these.
Oh.
Time just keeps moving forward, but they're just talking. It depends how much you like these characters,
right? That
in terms of you like the show, because there's not really much.
There's nothing else.
Might you see her acting a little bit, or him building props or something like that, but most of them trying to find out about each other, what they like and things like that, and having like going out on it, like dating but not dating, because they're not
a fake date.
But they're kind of they just don't know it yet, I guess.
Children. And
so it's the most funnest yet boring anime at the same time, because that's pretty much the gist of it. There's not really there's no no aliens coming down the sky. There's no like any wackiness, things like that. It's more like her
rice goddesses, robots.
It's just her trying to play different characters, so that way pretty much amusing, pretty much.
Right.
But
get closer to him.
But just to get closer, and they're sort of learning about how each other work and things like that, try to get the win, I guess. Opens nice and soft. I like the ending a little bit more because it has manga panels. In the ending. You always like when
it is a safety, comfortable blanket. Those manga panels at the end of an anime.
And she raps.
Okay, sure.
Like she does play other characters, but then like one off, like the class president. Like she plays a role as a class president.
Okay. So there's never like about like there's no play or drama in the drama club.
Well, you see her like she does plays like like for a hot second, like I'd say, like,
but it's always just cutting to her. Well, that was a great performance you did. It sure was. And then back to wouldn't it be nice if Tsundere-chan was here?
Yeah, you're watching pretty much their interaction, right? And everything else, I think I got to the point where you meet the little sister, because
of course
I'm saying, but
is she a yandere too?
No, but she's like a little like like there's an age like there's like a 10-year age gap because like she's like maybe 5 and she's like roughly like 15, 16. So
that
like,
didn't stop most animes.
It sounds like
you're not wrong, but that's not the point.
it sounds like early The Dangers in My Heart and Nagatoro.
Yeah, like I say, it's your if you like those kind of shows, this is kind of what it is, you know.
Where like it starts off like it's only about them two, and then slowly starts like.
But you know, I guess
characters.
the way how I guess the voice actress, I guess the way she plays different characters.
Right, I was gonna say that was probably gonna be
That's what's
important.
because like
And is she good? I imagine.
Oh, she's pretty good.
Okay.
Like, because she does go up and down different ranges just to match the character she plays.
I do like that in animes where a voice actor has to play like multiple characters, but has to kind of maintain a certain voice range at the same time.
And like so, they're like when it like maybe the last 2 or 3 seconds, like she says a line, right, and then she goes back to normal.
Right.
No, it's not like she's like a whole character for like a whole episode, I guess per se.
Well, that's got to be good as a voice actress to play a character like that.
It sounds fun.
Yeah.
It sounds very fun.
So
Like I said, it might be boring, but to me, it's nice to have a nice, calm show. We're not dealing with having a robot wife or having a deer
bust in and
doing
do stuff.
wacky nonsense. I guess it reminds me a lot. It should be more. I think I like to say it's more like a shoujo kind of vibe. You know, more like it's more we're like learning about feelings. More like we're having more shoujo like interactions. But I don't know.
I want to punch something.
Yeah.
What's that other show? The one with the mural.
Mural?
We talked about it. It was like one of my picks. No,
It was
never
crazy.
mind.
I got nothing. I got
It was the one that like he like was dying for the girl like in episode 1 in the snow, and then he like had.
the psychopath. Yeah. What I forget what that was called, but yeah, that was the spring last season preview.
Yeah.
Where the guy just falls in love with the girl for no reason. And
I was
just looks
gonna say,
insane.
like, no deers, no robots, no
psychopaths.
no
psychopath.
over the top. Yeah. Serial killer vibes.
Love in probably a little weird way to love somebody, I guess.
Right.
But no, this is nice, soft, safe. It might
comfort food, perhaps.
The only my downside, there are skits. No, we're moving to skits. You're not really having like say
there's no real development.
You're just like you literally see shot, but they're fun. No, they're nice skits. But it's
all right.
That's how Nagatoro was like early, but then like as it like progressed, the arcs got a little longer. So like even in the first season of the anime, like those first 6 episodes are like maybe 3 manga small chapters like in one episode, and then like the last 3-4 episodes is like the whole
Make
like
it bigger.
I don't know.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll have to see if it makes the cut. But like you mentioned, Miles, it might be the safest choice on your block of this season. So let's see if it's good enough to make the final cut. Speaking of final cut, Frank, it is your turn and last turn here. The last big show. What's the big grand finale here for this episode of Taco Otaku, Frank?
This is the first one I caught my eye.
Okay.
And it's called The Elusive Samurai.
Okay.
What do you want to know about it?
The premise would be a good start, I think.
The what?
Is there the premise? Is there a samurai and is he indeed elusive? Or are they lying to me in this one too? I can't do. I'm trying to these lies, Frank.
It's all lies. It's
Damn
actually
it.
a ninja.
He's a ninja, and you see him. He's constantly there. He's always there. He's available. He picks up the phone every time.
All right. Okay. So basically, I don't know if they're in China or Japan.
Okay.
I cannot really. I guess Japan.
I was gonna say my guess. Stab in the dark. Haven't seen the show. I'm going to say Japan.
They look very Chinese to me.
It's that during the Nambokuchu period of Japanese history.
Oh, like very early.
My favorite period.
It's like 1300s, I think.
Oh, okay, so way back in the day.
Okay.
Almost as old as Miles' references earlier.
Oh, that's
This one's a lot. How do I start? Like,
He is elusive.
okay, so basically the main character, we're gonna call him the Elusive Samurai
That checks out.
because I don't remember his real name. I thought it was a girl,
Oh,
but it's a guy, probably.
he's got a lot of feelings.
Yeah. So he is like, I don't know if he's the prince or the king of the whole thing.
Okay.
But basically the heir
To the kingdom,
Yeah.
emperor, whatever, something.
and he spent, because this is like a time of peace, he spends his time slacking off, not really taking classes seriously.
Mhm.
And this is kind of on purpose by the higher ups who do not force him to do that because they don't really want him to learn or be good at anything.
Okay.
So he spends his time running away from his teachers, and he doesn't really care about learning to fight. or anything like that. He just wants to have peaceful days.
Right.
Yeah, and that's basically it. Basically it. The beginning.
Okay.
I'm trying because I'm debating how much I should say.
Okay. Well, up to the first 3 episodes. This is like full.
Oh, this is still
spoilers are okay.
This is still like the first 10 minutes.
I believe that. At least I'm hoping that's true.
All right, I'll say the first 3 episodes.
Spoilers are okay.
So he meets this weird guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually weird. Who claims that can see the future.
Okay.
And he tells him that he's gonna become the hero of the land. And he's also with this girl who she's like a priestess. And for now she does nothing. But she calls him father.
Oh.
I don't know if that's actually true.
Is her name Lucina?
She calls the weird guy father, not the
okay.
not the kid.
Damn it.
So he's like, I don't really believe you. He goes back to his place. He has like his best friend. They're playing ball, and I forget what they're talking about. But basically, they throw the ball to the roof, and as the ball falls, it's about to hit the ground. But instead of seeing the ball hit the ground, you see a head hit the ground.
Oh.
Like a
decapitated.
There you go.
That's the one.
And then it kind of like, it doesn't really tell you, but you find out later. It kind of flashes forward, and suddenly the whole city or town is in flames.
God damn it, Sephiroth.
He
comes for every goddamn town. He's a busy man.
And there's like a coup. Basically, they're like getting rid of all the royalty and trying to kill everybody.
Okay, over there. I get you.
So they overthrow
the whole government, the system.
The kid escapes because I think the priest helps him out. No, not the priest. Is he a priest? The weird guy.
Okay, the weird guy.
The weird guy helps him out. So then they're running away, and he kind of tells them, "Oh, this is the part that I thought it was kind of cool." Where he's like, "I don't really want to run away because this is like my city. I need to be there for them."
And he mustn't run away.
And he tells him like, "I don't care if I die." So he tells him, "All right, die." He pushes him off the cliff.
Oh, okay.
And then he kind of like, as he's falling, he's like, I guess he changed his mind, like, "Oh, I don't want to die."
Oh, I realized something here.
And then, so he kind of like,
oh shit.
He kind of like evades all the people that were on the bottom, and then he helps them out, like, "All right, so you do want to live, and I'll help you out," and they run away.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's basically what it's about. That was episode 1.
That's a lot in episode 1.
Episode 2. It's about this uncle who betrayed his best friend.
Wait,
brand new characters?
The one that he was playing ball with.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, okay.
By the way, 3 minutes, Frank.
I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
I don't think I'm not gonna.
So when they were playing ball, the head you see was his best friend.
I see.
So now you kind of see how he gets captured and he gets betrayed by an uncle. He tells him.
I see.
And then they go to a town. It's kind of like, and they just chop them off his head.
Okay.
And basically, they take revenge on the uncle. He gets 2 retainers who are friends, and they're like strong warriors, but they're kids. So they're strong for their age, but they're not really that strong because
right, they're kids.
The uncle was like taking them on like 3-on-1.
Oh, okay.
So it's like because they're just like promising stuff.
Right.
And that's kind of like how he figures out like if he just evades, which kind of reminded me of Fire Emblem, like just pick the D.
Just put in stats.
Yeah, evade everything, you'll win.
Exactly.
That's kind of how I see it.
Speed.
So
gotta go fast.
So yeah, so his thing is like the weird guy is trying to teach him how to get stronger so that he can take back his country.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I could say more episodes, but it's just more of the same stuff. He recruits more people
to take back the throne.
What I want to say more now is the guy is really weird. The guy that can see the future.
Okay.
So one, I don't know if he can see the future or if he is from the future.
Oh, I see.
Because in the ending, they kind of show like cars and like they're wearing normal clothes, and it's kind of like what?
So
and then he does weird stuff like they're hunting some sort of animal, and it's for practice.
Okay.
And then he's like shivering in the background, and it's like, oh, is he scared? We're gonna fail? And he's kind of like mumbling to himself, like, "Oh my god, and this is kind of in another time this would be animal cruelty. So he's kind of like has the mentality.
He has a few. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
And then the weird thing about him is that he kind of wakes up the elusive samurai. I forget his name, by trying to kiss him, and it's like, is he a pedophile or is he doing it to freak him out and actually wake him up?
Right, that seems a little aggressive.
Yeah,
for a first date.
He does some weird stuff and like
for a first date.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm.
Second date is okay.
Yeah, I mean, he worked his way. I mean, he did pay for the meal. I'm assuming on the first date.
I like the opening a lot. It has catchy. I like the animation. It kind of reminds me of Kenshin and like not I don't want to say Kenshin, just like 90s.
Okay. I'm a little confused, but now
right.
I'm interesting.
I'm sorry. We lost now because he mentioned the 90s. That's it. We lost.
It's kind of got like an older animation style.
Feel. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and the only thing I don't like about it, besides the creepy guy,
Other than that guy,
is that sometimes the bad guys they draw him kind of exaggerated. Like the latest bad guy, he has his eyes like really popped out, and it's kind of like I just want to poke him. I don't know. It kind of freaks me out.
Like, so interesting art style.
Like
also
One Piece, kind of in a way, kind of just weird,
over the top.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's funny, but at the same time it gets serious.
Yeah, I was gonna say the final question for this one. So, what is the overall like vibe? Is it just like crazy, goofy times? Is it like supposed to be serious? Because it sounds like getting overthrown by a government and people are dying and revenge, and then there's a time traveler.
I would say it's mostly silly.
Okay.
And then it just adds those sprinkle in of serious moments.
Okay. Yakuza maybe would be a good comparison here.
Question
mark?
Does he punch a tiger?
Yeah.
Real question.
No, that's Dr. Stone. We already talked about that.
No,
I would.
He punched he punched a tiger too.
I would compare it to maybe Trigun.
He punched two.
Where it's mostly he's being silly, but then.
Oh, I see. Every so often.
When it's time to get serious, we get serious.
Oh, Gintama then. Gintama.
That would also maybe work.
Like
Gintama maybe, but maybe Gintama's a little too too much.
I mean, it literally starts breaking the fourth wall and stuff. Okay, well, that is I didn't expect that one to be your last pick. You know how to go out with the bang. It sounds like
you had me at 90s.
It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. All right, well, gentlemen, that is it for our 9 shows this season. So now,
next time.
Not just yet, Frank. Not just yet. We have to pick we have to pick winners here, so we know what the heck we're gonna watch this season. But with that, gentlemen, I will ask you. We'll go one more time, the same rotation. I'll ask you, what is your show that has failed, coming in third place, which is super dead and just has an epic fail? So, Ivan, what is taking the loser trophy this season?
Oshi No Ko.
That would be very surprising.
This one's kind of hard.
Pondering the final moments, seconds even.
I think probably my worst pick from the 3 would be the How to Be Ordinary.
How to Be Ordinary. Too much of a mystery, maybe.
I'm gonna say what Ray says often. I'm concerned.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So I will probably stick with that. I'm concerned. So
wait for the safe bet or safer bets, hopefully. Because
I didn't want to say it in my 8-minute. So I just feel like the mysteries, the weight of it, could be more interesting. So I just think it could have been a little bit more, I guess, creepy or more mystery. Right. So it kind of has like this weird mixture of like slice of life, and so I don't know. It's just one of those that it can probably be really good. Probably not. So
right. But we only know the first 3-4 episodes.
Yeah,
and we have to take a stab in the dark here.
So I usually don't like to gamble.
Okay. All right.
So I'll just stick with final pick will be the How to Be Ordinary.
Okay, so that is the loser this season for Ivan. Miles, what is your loser for this season?
My dear friend Nokotan. It'd be too wacky for this audience.
Okay. All right. But did you laugh?
I laughed, but that's because it's kind of absurd, but I guess I'm used to the absurdity, but it has like a 2000-ish kind of like absurdity, I guess is the best way to describe it. But the CGI might get in the way. We
have all these fake anime fans, and we have a real anime fan out here with their real anime opinion, where CG anime is the worst.
Well, because I don't know if they play it for laughs, because the deer kind of just moves not real like a deer kind of in certain moments.
I'm assuming it's playing for laughs would be my guess, Miles.
But I guess I'm
the whole show isn't.
I'm concerned about the deer.
Okay, well, we're concerned about the deer, and so that's why we're skipping the deer. Frank, what are you skipping this season?
Do you have a Final Fantasy shirt on?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay.
Is it Sephiroth?
The question to ask.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, there you go. No Sephiroth.
I am skipping Sakuna of Rise and Ruin.
All right.
Too many lollies.
Too many thieves and gons, and now you're punished to an island. They're kidnapping people.
Don't want to farm. Nah.
This is why you never played the Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley. I don't think.
Exactly.
It reminded me. I saw the picture right now of that 64 video game, the ninja one.
Oh,
Goemon?
Goemon.
Yeah. It had kind of that style.
Was it Mystery?
I had high hopes.
Mystic Ninja.
Mystic. That's it.
Goemon.
Mystic. Something.
Oh,
like that.
Mystic Ninja.
Yeah, right.
It was cool when you got in the robot.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. Expensive too, I think, that game. Actually, the whole series, it was weird. I think it has a weird thing. It's much more popular in Japan than out here, but because they didn't bring them out here, so that makes sense. All right, well, we're passing on our rice fields and everything else. So, gentlemen, I guess we'll just jump to the hype, then choose our winner, and then, of course, that leaves our second places. So, announce your winner, and then give a little shout-out to our second place winner, I suppose, what we'll do here. So, Ivan, what is making it on to the final pick, full review later in Taco Otaku history?
So, I ultimately don't like to gamble with shows.
We've heard this.
I like to keep
I don't like to gamble either.
Yeah, definitely not Frank.
Yeah.
Hello, first time listener to the podcast.
I feel like by like the first 3-4 episodes, you should know whether you feel you're gonna finish it or not.
The confidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Oshi No Ko, I will finish it.
Okay.
So it's the one that I want to choose as my pick. I do want to say though, between the runner-up, which would be the
Ira?
The Russian.
Ida,
Mhm.
and then the
I'm surprised that's number 2.
So much mystery.
and the How to Be Ordinary. I can't say that one was better than the other one. Between those two, I can't say, oh no, this one was definitely better. Or this
Right.
one was worse. I guess the only reason why I kind of chose the Ida one as number 2 was because stupid. I mean, but it did make me laugh.
Right. It's
Yeah.
a formula you're used to and
Yeah.
you've enjoyed in the
Yeah,
past.
so it's one of those. As I mentioned, it has everything. It's a little etchy. It's like
There you
has maybe some drama. It might be a harem. It has everything. So and then it has kind of like that formula of like a light novel.
Oh, I see.
So it has
Little this, little that.
everything in one.
Little buffet.
So that's one of the ones that I don't know. I don't know if I'll finish it or not, but I probably will continue watching it. So I think I'll give it a slight edge over How to Be Ordinary.
Okay. That makes sense.
But I wouldn't. It wouldn't.
It's not being Oshi No Ko.
Yeah.
Okay, well that checks out because I think you were probably the big. Well, you picked it last time we talked about.
And
Oshi
he
no
won
Ko,
last time with
and
that.
he also did win with that. So I guess it makes sense. At least
So he's taking
you're a good fan.
Would
You're
you say
following through.
he's taking the safe bet, you might say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed he is. But sure,
Isn't that gambling?
there you go. Safe gambling, the right kind of gambling.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Oshi No Ko season 2. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that. And Miles, what is taking home the gold, the prize, first place for you this season?
For me, I guess it would be Pseudo Harem.
So, okay.
Oh, okay.
So now that's. I
Yeah.
guess everyone's comfort food so far. Comfort food is coming in first place.
Because number 2, I'm as a classic race. I'm concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concerned because I don't know if this man is kind of deluding himself into this thing.
It's healthy.
Wait, which one? I'm confused with the names.
He chose the one of the
The
girl
actor that plays multiple personalities, but no,
And not the robot maid.
Oh,
not the robot man.
Frank was cheered for the robot maid.
I do like that one because it feels like I'm looking forward to hearing the voice actor.
Yeah, that is. I am curious. And even more. I probably not, but I wish there's an English dub because I love seeing both.
please
people
let
tackle-
there be a.
Poor Frank. He's begging for that dub.
Yeah, because the problem with I think it's a fun read, but the problem that the main issue is still lingering in the back of your head.
It makes
so
you think too much and nothing good.
And I don't know I don't know how that I have an issue, but like Chobits is fine. I don't understand the difference.
I think because Chobits is a little bit more. Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the show, but my guess would be because Chobits seems a little bit more. Well, for one, it's a lot older, and two, it seems a lot more innocent, and the romance doesn't happen until like way later on, and like there's a mystery also in Chobits to make you keep going with it with the book stuff without getting into spoilers for a fucking 25-year-old show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would. That would be my guess from your impression and my memory of Chobits.
And the more I hear him speak about, man, it's just tough out here being alone by myself out here.
Well, because now we have the context of what life is in Japan, right? Versus Chobits was 20 years ago, and we barely knew Japan was a country, working all day, all night, being hammered,
he
and
doesn't
doing it
mention
again.
he does tend to have he used to have a girlfriend, but it didn't work out. So
I am curious to see if it's going to be, well, if we were, but I guess we're never going to find out unless we do it on our off hours or as our weeks. If it's really a story about, life in Japan and like how unhealthy it could be. I wonder if there's like a little Oshi No Ko where like, hey, there's a little behind the scenes magic for those who know what's really this is about, haha. Or is it just some horny guy talking about being horny for a robot? We'll find out. Or we won't. Maybe. We'll stay tuned. I don't know. Maybe.
all I know is that there's a catalog.
There you go.
And is that there's all
Red hair.
You could get a lot of different
Nice
types of
butt.
robots, I guess.
It
You
just-
could
Little tomboyish,
customize
maybe.
the way you feel like,
It
which
just doesn't sound like it's gonna go down like
A happy
it
place.
almost-
A real... mhm.
What's the one you used to like a lot? The
Nothing. Nothing.
the guy that
No.
wouldn't want to come out of the room.
Oh, well, welcome to the NHK.
So like, if it was to go down that route,
Right.
It
That
might end
would
up-
be interesting.
yeah,
It's probably no welcome to the NHK.
I think it's heading down the.
The other way. It's a path on the road. There's two ways, good and over here. Maybe not as good. Let's
Hey,
say
well-
that. Let's say that.
all I know is that someone appreciates the interspecies romance.
Interspecies.
It's a
Oh, right. I mean, I guess a robot's a species.
I know
Something
that.
to
Well,
ponder, I guess I never thought about.
Well, because the younger sister of his, like, she loves it when there are two different types, like, species interacting romantically.
She's all about the interracial couples.
Or inter-robot couples, I
Nah,
guess.
it's all right. We're gonna move on here. Frank, what is your number one choice? What is going to make the final cut and get full review here in the future?
This is tough
Uh-oh.
because the one I enjoyed more
Mm-hmm.
is not the one I'm picking.
Oh.
All right.
All right. He's playing another chess game over here.
It's
4D chess.
okay. So, how do I explain it? My number 2 is gonna be quality assurance in another world.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with the Elusive Samurai.
Elusive Samurai.
So I don't know if by the end which one I'm gonna like more,
Mhm.
but at the moment I'm enjoying quality assurance in another world.
Mhm.
Good golly.
Anime titles, am I right?
I'm enjoying it more because I feel like it's more easy to understand. You don't have to think too much about
Right.
it.
You've seen this before, kind of.
And the Elusive Samurai, it's a little more wordy,
Right.
but I am interested to see where the story is gonna go. I feel like it's different, and I want to go with something a little more different than.
Oh, okay. The one man not going for the comfort food. He's going for the unique cuisine menu today.
And I just thinking about you guys. I'm like, I want you to see this one instead of the other one. 'Cause,
Okay.
Like I'm like it feels like with what's the one anime you were talking about season 3 that
Season 3.
Oshi No Ko?
Well,
No.
Kimi Todoke ni?
Oh, Kimi ni Todoke.
I feel like if you like it for this genre, you're gonna like it. But
Right. If you don't like this genre.
yeah,
Right.
and I feel like there isn't a lot like this Elusive Samurai,
Right.
and
Definitely did not sound it compared to the other one.
yeah, so I'm curious to see what you guys think about it,
Okay.
and I'm gonna watch the other one anyways. But
Well, there you go. Frank is going for the bolder.
I'm watching all.
intense flavors,
I'm technically
perhaps.
watching all of mine anyway. So, because I watched most half, I literally watched everything. I'm caught up, I guess, between everything that I watched.
yeah, I'm not watching Sakuna. No.
The rice one, right?
The
Yeah,
rice. No
yeah.
more rice.
And no,
Rice.
Just empty carbs
No
now at
more
this
rice,
point.
all meat.
There you go. Forget that. Just stick with the yakitori or something else.
I hope I don't regret this choice.
Famous last word.
Uh-huh.
But everyone remember this moment, and then when it all goes sideways, remind Frank.
By the end of the season, I'm like, damn it, I should have gone with yeah.
Regrets.
It's like picking a horse, and the horse you should pick the one right next to it, and that's the one that won the race.
So close.
Typical betting days. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we don't bet.
But you don't even like gambling,
I-
Frank. Come
I-
on. Remember? Come
I
on.
don't like it, but you have to do it.
Contradiction.
I have no choice. I must pull. I must.
I must see. Give it a spin. Let's give it a whirl. See
The numbers.
what happens.
The number odds are against me. Let's see what happens.
You never know. It could be. You could be the chosen one, Frank. You could break all the odds.
It breaks my heart, but I placed the bet.
Now let's see what happens. So you have to stay tuned towards, once again, the end of summer, early fall, which will most likely be September, October, around that time period. But look forward to those 3 shows once again. It's Ivan's
Oshi No Ko.
Oshi No Ko, of course. Miles's
Pesudeo Harem.
And Frank's
The Elusive Samurai.
There you go. You're all now officially producers of these titles, so if it sucks, we all know to blame you and not people in Japan. That just seems reasonable to me here on the podcast.
Okay.
So I'm happy, looking forward to blaming all that in the near future, because all anime is trash. Anyway, but yeah, so that'll about
Are
do
you
it.
Miyazaki, bro, for chance?
Yes, my son. He's a disappointment.
He's no good.
Where's my cherry cigarettes? I'll feel better in a minute. But yes, that'll be it for this episode of Taco Otaku. Hopefully you guys learned something new. Maybe there's a new anime you're interested in, and then hopefully you'll like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Come the later part of the end of the season, where we'll do a full review spoiler talk there. So if that's your jam, make sure to follow and like. We're on everywhere you can listen to podcasts. Your Apple Podcasts, your various Apple Podcast catchers, like your Downcast and I don't know,
Overcast, Undercast,
There's all the casts.
Pocket Cast.
We're there. We go to your Spotify's. You can find us there. The Amazon store music thing, we're on there as well. The website takuotaku.com is just the easiest way to find us, and the links to all those various outlets. You could find us pretty much wherever you else find podcasts. Also YouTube. Also, don't forget, please, the YouTube gods and the algorithm.
Check out, I guess, I hate saying this, the X.
Oh, Twitter.
Twitter.
I don't have the time for nonsense.
Yeah, speaking about anime characters.
Yes, indeed. I'm going to leave that there and move on. But yeah, social medias as well. Pretty much in the. Actually, no, I need to fix that. I don't have links for that in the description of this podcast. Now it will be, though.
Work in progress.
If you scroll down below, you find the links to all our social medias. But yes, we're on Twitter, your Instagrams, and.
What is Threads?
Threads is
Instagram's version
Twitter. Yeah, so yeah, we might see. I know
we're all trying to get our way out of that boat.
No one likes Twitter, but we're all just kind of still there, like zombies, looking for something.
We're hoping Mastodon takes off so that we could dump this river.
Yes, so that's, you can check us out there if you want. Can't wait for every other week. We have a new episode every other week. Hopefully, famous last words, July. I know I dropped the ball a little bit, but we're gonna talk. Yes, it's a new month, we're gonna keep a new trend.
It's literally getting cooler here, so we have cooler times ahead.
Yeah, indeed. And our schedule's open, so stay tuned. But once again, I do stuff on Twitch. Check me out, SD_Shonen on Twitch, Sunday through Tuesday, 7 to 9 o'clock. Usually probably a little bit longer to Persona 3. It takes a long time to play a JRPG, so look forward to all that. And everything else, Ivan, he has his music on his YouTube. That I do know is in the description below. So check out all his lovely music there. He does do good music, which also on my YouTube as well. So thanks as always for Ivan for doing that and doing the podcast. Thanks for coming.
Thank you,
Miles. Always bringing your interesting picks, but I'm glad with our final pick. I think we made the right choice there, Miles.
I saw the one of all the girls. I was like, oh no.
Not again. Vietnam flashbacks occurring maybe a little bit back in my mind.
But it's kind of the hot enemy of the summer.
But I did think about the one that won.
Pesudeo Harem?
No, yours that won.
The princess?
The princess.
Torture,
yeah.
Tis time for torture, princess.
I guess that I would recommend watch one episode. And
either you'll like it or you won't like it.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe the humor, because you're with it or you're not with it.
You know who is with it? With Frank. He's with it every week here on the podcast. So thank you, Frank, for always being here with it and bringing all your One Piece talk.
Wow, so much appreciation. Are you okay?
I try. Gosh, all right. I take it back. You know what, Frank? They're not welcome. No, thank you.
Where's the angry ray?
All right. You know what? Okay, I'll let you have it next time when we do review Elusive Samurai. I'll let you have it, Frank. I'll let you have
there it is. You're wondering where.
Is that what you want, Frank? Is that what you want? Goddammit.
I feel better now.
Okay. All right. But thank you, our listeners. Final thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you'll share them. Until then, bye.
Bye.
Damn it, Frank.